It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom led pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and end. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Austin Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin's Wharf, Fenway Park, Old North Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Boom! Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. Well, it's been a hot minute since we've all been together, huh? Imagine that. Here we are. You guys know what today is, right? You all know. Today is the day we go with Karen to go to court. Oh, my goodness. Who started that off? Oh, my God. I'm just a girl in the world. Thank you for the super sticker. Woohoo! Wow. Good morning, Mr. Mark. Good to see you today, my sir. Hope you're doing well. See who else? Spacey, Stacy, Dog Mama's here of all. Kelly, good morning. Good to see ya. Lisa Reed. Oh, my, Lisa. Lisa Reed, I got to thank you for including me, even if it's for like 3 hours, to be part of the family that you are part of. I can't say thank you enough. But Kelly Reed, without a doubt, hands down, superstar. Absolute superstar. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. The Reed family, I cannot sit. Like, when I think about the Reed family, like, you can't think of anything nicer to say. Like, legitimately. You cannot say enough nice things about any one of them people. Any of them. Mr. Reed, dynamite. Mrs. Reed, sweetheart. Nathan, fabulous brother. Great guy. I mean, I just don't. In that family, of all families, that family is the one that least deserves the bullshit they're being put through. You know? They haven't done anything wrong. So, and that's why we fight. Right? Well, listen, you don't have to be related. That's okay. It's the name. Even though it's spelled different and everything, it's the Reed family name. That name. So, yeah. So everybody knows, real quick. There's Eve. Good morning, Miss Eve. I missed you, my girl. I hope you're doing good in Texas. So everybody knows when I got the invitation, I put down a +1 for my invitation. And I was going to, like, raffle off the mods. I get a bunch of mods. So I was going to put them on, like, a wheel and pick one of them and take one with me. Because they do a lot of work. And I'm thinking, and I remember back to that other dinner where people were complaining that me and Scott weren't invited and blah, 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 or whatever. So I got it. I got the message, like, loud and clear. So I was talking to Scott at court, and I asked him what he was doing Saturday night, and his answer led me to believe that he had no idea that this was going on. So I asked him if he wanted to be my +1. Because not that my mods don't do enough work or that they wouldn't be appreciative, because I know they all would. But they were all just as happy that I was taking Scott, and really was. It was a moment, I'll tell you that. And every mod I had, every single one of them said, Scott's the one. You need to bring Scott. I agreed. So that's why Scott McGinnis was there. Scott was my +1. And in my world, what I see, that boy deserved it. He needed that, I think, for all of his effort. And I'm not dismissing or discounting anyone else's effort. I mean, if I could have a +50, I only got one. Sorry. Hey,
Yo.
Mikey's here.
Sorry, I just got out of the shower, man.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I just got out of the shower.
Still no. Nothing.
Oh, shit. Not again.
Here we go again. Hit the button.
Everything's on.
I can't hear you this time, though, Mike. Like, I can see you great. I just cannot hear you for some reason.
Is it you
They
or
didn't
me?
mute you at the
Can the
bottom,
chat
did
see
they?
Can the can
Have
the
you
chat
tried to
hear me?
reboot?
I'm gonna reboot now.
Yeah. So yeah, so just so everybody knows, right? If it was a +50, I would have brought every one of you guys. Unfortunately, I only had one. So, I mean, if you think about this, right? That room held 200 people. Okay? That's it. 201 is a stretch. And I will tell you, that room was at capacity. And like Mike Crawford said from Young Jerks, we were the entertainment. So we got invited to kibitz, mingle, chit chat with the crowd. And I didn't know any of them. Really. I really felt like I was at a standout where I see all you guys, but I don't know you guys. But I see you guys. And that's kind of how it was, you know? And the people were just like really, really nice. So, and again, right? If I wasn't invited again the second time for whatever reason, whatever, right? So be it. If there's no room, there's no room. So I was just, I was blessed to go. I tried to represent everybody. I tried to I was all you guys, for all you guys, So yeah. I get it. I totally understand it, and I get it. I really do.
Can you hear me now?
So now we got to think about, right? Let's think about this logistical wise, okay?
Hold on, Tommy. We still
Where
can't
do you
hear.
put
We still can't hear Mike.
5,000 people?
I just heard him.
Right? Where? Tell me, where do you put the 5,000 people? Fuck it, make it 10.
Like,
Where do you put 10,000 people? You need restroom.
Yeah, I have your mic turned up completely. And
Can you hear Mike? I can't hear Mike.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Why is that?
Thomas.
Oh, Mike.
Can you hear Shelby?
I can hear you now. Yes.
You can hear. All right. Can you hear
Yep.
Shelby?
Yeah. No, I hear you. Shelby.
All right.
Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Everybody good now?
We're good. Thank you, Shelby, for fixing it. How are the boys?
They're at school, thank God.
Nice.
I know, right? Right.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shelby. Mike,
What's
what's
up,
up, big
hon?
guy?
You know, living the dream. You know, getting close to the holidays.
Yep. Getting
How's
close
it?
to
How's?
December 8th, bud. December 8th coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
Yep.
You are you almost there?
Yeah, right. I'm in Brockton, dude.
Right.
What a
Oh
town.
man, how's the traffic? They say the traffic at Logan's crazy.
Yep. Everyone's trying to get in for the holiday.
Or out, right? Yeah,
But we got one or the other.
right.
Um,
Oh, well,
come
I
on.
heard you talk. I heard you talking about Scott McGinnis. That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was just telling people that he was my +1, so that they know
Right.
that he was there for me, with me.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was the best. That was the best business decision, best choice you could have made.
Well, I mean, I thought of the mods first, right? And
Well, where's
and then
where's the
they
love? Where's the love?
right. Well, they're a little better looking, but that's another story.
You suck. You
and
suck.
it would have been cool to have like one of my mods represent all the mods,
Absolutely, dude.
but
That's a good. Yeah.
all of them thought Scott was a much better choice, and I had to agree with it. So
Oh, bro. When you told me that, I was like, fuck yeah,
yep.
fucking right, yeah. If he's right there with you, like in terms of being there, you know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah. I
Like,
mean I got a ride, but he's got a ride. That boy.
yeah, yep, no doubt. I don't know where he lives out in Middle America. I don't know where the fuck he is.
Western part of the state. I think he's Shelby's neighbor.
Yeah, Happy Lowy. I was a supermodel at one time. I did model underwear for a while.
Hey, Blair is here. Good morning, Will. How you doing, bud? Good to see you again, by the way. You
Bro,
had
Blair.
Will. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, but you had a great time. Just want to let you know that you enjoyed yourself to the. Oh yeah.
Hey, Will, if you're listening, bro, your new super chat video is fucking the bomb.
Oh my dude. I had to. I couldn't breathe when I saw it. I could not
Right.
breathe. I had to go back and watch it again and again and again.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, listen to Eve from True Crime's willing to fly up here, man.
Oh great.
Good.
She's invited. Absolutely. Come on down. Come on up.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
so I
real quick,
good.
listen, this is how it was. Are you ready? I go there, right? And I see Will in the back because, like, Will's kind of tall. So he, like, he's a bit taller than everybody else for the most part. So I
Right.
see him. I'm like, dude, let's go have a cigarette. He's like, okay.
Right.
No lie, guy. 20 minutes to take him, probably 40 feet to the door. The dude couldn't take 2 steps without getting pulled. It was amazing.
He's a sex symbol, dude. Every time I bring up his name, the girl's like, "Oh yeah, the tight T-shirt. Oh yeah." I'm like, "Stop it, will you? Just stop it."
Uh,
That guy gets more ass than a toilet seat. Okay.
I mean, I tell you, like, Will, Melanie, Mark, you know, Nurse Kim, you know,
Yeah.
these people, all of us together, Mike, can do like major things. But again, like I keep saying, we can't do it without the people that are watching. We need you guys. We
Right.
need everybody.
We got to show him. We got to show him some love, though. At one point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of like, so many of us like.
So, Mike, where do we put that? Where do we put 10,000 people? Great Woods holds
No,
20,000
man.
people. Think about that.
The
Great
Sky
Woods is
Driving,
20.
December 8th. The
So,
Sky Driving.
yeah, Mike, where do you put 10,000 people?
The Garden.
The Garden.
The Garden. Well, you could do like the Omni Theater. You could do something in the theater district, you know what I mean, which would be pretty cool.
Yep.
That would be because that's like a 8,000, seat venue where they serve booze and stuff. That could work. It's right in town. People
Yeah.
just get a hotel for the night and 'Cause that's a nice place to go during the winter too. You know, I don't know if you do the Nutcracker at all, but you can see the Nutcracker up there and stuff. But finding a place, it'd be tough to do. Yeah, yeah,
I think Nutcracker tickets are big bucks, aren't they?
dude. I've gone a couple times, man. I I'm just gonna leave it at that. I just
Yeah.
can't do it. Can't do it.
So what's this Rule 17 motion for today? What's this today?
Yeah,
What's the deal
yeah.
here?
So that's the one where Hank the Tank wasn't ready for. Remember?
No, I don't. Which
So
one?
so. Oh yeah, you were outside. So uh, he wanted to have a Rule 17 motion, and Auntie Bev asked him if he was ready, and he apologized to the court and said he wasn't ready. I trying to figure out which one it was that he wanted to have the Rule 17 on. Anybody in the chat remember? I'll tell you. Let me know if anybody knows.
Now,
Morning,
now Rule
guys.
17. What's it involve? What's rule? Because there's a rule.
Right.
There's a couple
So it's
different ones, right?
yeah. I'll tell you what
With
it
the
is.
Rule 14 and a Rule 17, right?
Yeah. Well, the Rule 13 is the intimidation. It's a
Okay.
Brady violation. They got a turnover. Hold on. I'm gonna Google it so I don't fuck it up. Hold on.
Yeah. Because like Mike, to be honest with you, there's like so many. I think we're still waiting for rulings from last trial with Auntie Bev. Like
All right.
Rule
So are you ready?
17 is for phones and stuff. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
Third party records. You guys are freaking awesome. Dude, we
All
got an
right.
awesome chat.
Yeah.
Rule
I got. So Rule
17.
17
Woo!
is the
Speaking of the
process.
devil.
You,
Scotty!
What's up,
you want me to
guys?
talk or no? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You want to hear it? All right.
Yeah,
You ready?
I can hear Mike.
All right. Rule 17 is the process where a lawyer can ask for court to summons for third party records. That's what the Rule 17 is. So the summons shall be served on upon a witness delivering a copy of him personally by leaving it to okay, that's no big deal. Rule 17 is the process that allows lawyers to request a summons for a third party record. Yeah, so they're probably
Okay,
looking
so
for discoverable.
Karen's team is looking for what data?
No, it's Hank.
I just set the crew off. Here's what we're gonna do today.
Hank the Tank is.
I thought it was the prosecution's Hank Brennan's Rule 17 motions. They want like
Yeah.
Karen Parent's phone. And,
Oh, that's right. That's what they want. They want her family's
I think
phone. That's right.
the chat saying Bill Reed's and his wife, maybe.
Yep. Yep. And we're still like, why? Because they have Karen's phone already. That's what was confusing, right?
Right. So, yeah. Hey, good morning, Scott.
yeah, I mean, morning. No, I'm pretty sure that's what the majority of today's business is because I don't know if you remember the last court date. Hank Brennan hadn't notified all the parties for the Rule 17.
And he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
It's
But I don't know if there's defense motions coming back the other way also, you know what I mean?
Right.
right.
Oh, it's starting
Yeah, so they're looking
already.
for the records from a cell carrier
Uh,
saying
Love it. Love it. Love it.
maybe
A lot of people
email.
already, Scott.
yeah, I mean, I don't know,
Good. Nice round.
20,
Nice.
25. No, our favorite Sergeant Hardman pulled up here at 8 o'clock.
Did he really?
Yeah, they got the barricades up too. Wow.
It's like the these people beeping their horns a lot. You'll see sometimes the troopers get out and write down their license plates.
But there's no buffer
Giving them
zone.
No.
Is there a
No.
buffer zone, Scott?
No, I think they write them up for like excessive horn blowing is like disturbing the peace or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Well, Tom, I want
guys.
to thank you for inviting me as your date Saturday.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll get a little. Scott, it was my pleasure, really, bud. Good time for everybody, right? Recharge the batteries. That's all.
Yeah, it was an amazing night.
Is there anybody
Love the Dedham.
Karen was
else on the
happy, you
other
know.
side there, Scott?
Yeah, there's a couple over there now.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Brian Hill's coming today too.
Oh, that'd be good. Scotty, what time do you get there?
Oh, 7:30.
Fucking love you, bro.
Yeah, but I just got here to get here. You know, I sat in my truck for like a half an
Alright.
hour. I didn't come out here till 8,
All right.
and that's right about when Trooper Hardman and those guys pulled up here too.
I wonder if they're
Scott,
expecting a big.
how long does it take you to get to the courthouse?
How long does it take me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a good day, an hour.
So
Heavier
that's a
traffic
quarter
days,
tank
hour
of
and
gas.
15.
That's a quarter tank one way.
Yeah, it can be. I think I get slightly better mileage than that, but it adds up.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah.
Better. Good quote, dude. Oh my god, man. Oh, you guys crack me up, man.
Yeah, Brian Hale, the photographer, he's here.
Awesome.
Tim from Canton Community Television is here also. I don't know where he is like a second.
Scott, are you planning on going to the Start Driving on the 8th?
Yeah, I went to the
Okay.
last one.
Anybody that wants a picture with Scott? There you go.
He's popular.
I'm trying to make like a little area for all the creators to go to. So when people go and they want to get a picture with one of the creators, they're able to.
Oh, good idea.
Make sense?
Yeah. I don't know where Flip is, but he'll be in here.
All right, listen, I got a question. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm having mine here.
Scotty.
Oh, I'll be with my family, extended family.
Oh, you argue with your family? Is that what you said?
No.
Oh,
No, be with my extended family.
oh okay.
Will's here. I don't know he was coming today.
Cool.
Will's there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wasn't he just modded on your channel?
Yeah. Will's there?
Will, good to see you, man. Buddy. Nice to see you here.
Man.
Yeah. Going.
Awesome. Like really? Like, how do you fight? What do you say to that? The guy lives in Tennessee, guy.
That's fucking amazing, dude.
Wow.
Good for him.
Hey, listen, if there's anybody out there watching, listening, or whatever, if you're alone on Thanksgiving, you need to let me know. We'll hook you up with somebody so that you're not. Because
Yeah.
nobody should be alone.
Yeah.
Just heads up, I'm
Hey,
throwing it out there.
Ladies.
CPUTom@gmail. Send me an email.
Hey, ladies, Will's at Dedham. Hurry up, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. He's doing a standout, man. I love it.
Aiden and Meredith.
All right. Jesus. Lisa Reed, thank you for being a new
I'm
member,
like
man.
15 minutes away.
All right, man. Flip is in the chat.
Is it raining there, Scott?
No. I just checked. It's supposed to start between 10 and 11 a.m.
Okay. So both of you guys, something's been bothering me a lot lately.
What's that? That rash?
No. Deputy Chief used his cameras and why he didn't go render aid.
That's been bothering me too, man.
Mike, they went to his house. He gave them solo cups.
That's true.
He knew why they wanted the solo cups, and he still didn't come out.
He's a fucking piece of shit. That's why.
Mike, he was the senior officer on a murder. Quote, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How's he not come out?
Corrupt. Tom, the logical answer to that's real easy. You just go out because you're a human being. You have a moral compass, right? But fucking man, to sit there and watch another person pass away and just hand over solo cups and not get out of your house and go just walk across the street, yeah, it bothers me. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's next in line to become chief of the
He's never gonna
town.
make chief. The thing about it, right? I can sit here and say he's never gonna make chief, but fucking hey, man, he probably will. No one goes on a Canton.
He could, right, exactly. They could nominate him and be done with it.
Right. And
You know what?
No say in it. We have no say in it.
Hey.
No nothing.
How much you bet Helena goes out on stress before this is all said and done?
Oh, definitely, dude. She should go out mental fucking whatever that is. That PTSD or whatever they might call it. Whatever they call it.
Yep. So you guys will be paying for her for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's probably like a nice $8,000 kiss a month. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's crazy. Like you said, Tom, it's always about the money, bro.
Well, listen, remember that text I sent you
Yeah.
the other day?
Yeah.
Go back and look at that real quick, Mike. It was a link to a newspaper article in the Enterprise.
Yep. Whitman must hire a permanent police chief. That one?
That's not really, but
It's funny
Tommy.
because everybody was asking me I've been there. And they're like, it's like they put the phone, and I'm not talking about it.
Mike, we can't
is the
talk.
one
We
with the
cannot talk about that. Right?
Well, they were doing
okay,
that.
the one
I'll tell
that
you
sent
why
me
later.
about the okay. Yeah. Okay, not the Whitman police chief, right?
There's a whole bunch of different stuff that goes with it.
Okay. Are you talking about the long text we need receipts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Morning.
I had a guy tell me, you ready?
Yeah.
I had a guy, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. Not even going there. I hope everybody's doing well again.
My microphone's really low. Okay, I'm gonna straighten it up.
And
I don't know what's
I
going on
want to
here.
thank everybody for being here. Please hit the like, the subscribe. Hi.
Hi, Tom.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'll be there in a little bit.
Drive safe.
Absolutely. That is so cool, Mike. I mean, really.
Why are you
Again, the
late,
support is you guys out there. You guys are the best. Really are.
man? Why are you late?
I can't really hear much.
Why are you late?
Does anybody know exactly what's on the docket for today besides Brennan's Rule 17 motions?
That's all I heard, man.
No, this is doing the
Can I go in and look at the docket, I wonder?
Yeah.
I wonder.
I'm trying to figure out my microphone, but I don't know what to tell you.
Probably have to look on mine.
That was
Oh,
a
hit
good
another
split,
button. If you
buddy.
guys can hear me, I'll deal with it. The docket is public. Yeah, you can go in there.
Diane, yeah,
Maybe
that's it's funny you say that, Diane. Yep. I have I only have one eardrum.
you're in that bad cell zone area too.
I was using a Q-tip and my elbow was out, straight out, and my stepdaughter came and kicked the door, put my elbow right through my, hit my elbow, put the Q-tip right through my eardrum. Pow, pop, done. Pulled it out with blood.
Thanks, man.
So I only have one good eardrum. Oh my goodness. Mike, how are the Patriots looking? Not good?
Now, it's a rebuilding year, man. It's
Heather
let's go
McKenzie.
Ravens, man. Let's go Ravens. Look at Will's taking photo ops now.
Really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I wonder. He probably definitely stayed here. He probably
I
stayed
still
here from
think it's
Saturday night on, right?
Heather McKenzie, thank you for the Venmo. My goodness, thank you.
Wow.
the Detroit Lions and Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's my prediction.
You think? All right,
Yep. Yep.
I'll go with that. I'll see that. Yeah.
Maybe
Hank
Philly.
Brennan's walking up the ramp.
Well, Lally's on his way soon. You know that too, right?
Tom, you need to get there, bro.
5 minutes. 5-minute
All right.
window. So, chat. What's a question that chat has for us? Hey, Joe Flipperhead's here. You know Joe Flipperhead?
Joe Flipperhead coming. Is Joe Flipperhead coming?
No, he must mean he's in the chat.
Oh,
Ask Will if he's been here since Saturday night.
yeah.
Will, you been here since Saturday?
What?
Have you been here since Saturday?
I got here Friday.
Right. All right, man. Cool.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
It's awesome, man.
It's going live too.
I'm right up
live with my
the
friend Scott McGuire.
Hello.
Flip.
How's
It's
it
awesome.
going?
Scott's live with Tommy.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is gonna be a quick one too. In and out.
Scott, remind me to give you something when I get there.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
What's going on with you two?
I'll be there in a couple minutes. So, looks like a good crowd. I like that lady with that sign. That sign's been through some damage. Rain.
Oh yeah. Yep. Her sign has as many miles on it as mine.
Yep. How do you keep yours in one piece?
That's
That's been around,
it's
Scott.
starting to crack. Blew it up.
A lot of signatures.
What does anybody know?
A lot of signatures, a lot of people, man. Think of the people that just came from overseas to the, just, I mean, really amazing. Come on, come on, come on.
Dean's live too from court. Cool.
All right. I'm literally right up the street.
Everybody's going live all at the same time.
Yeah, here goes the signal quality, right?
Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hey.
Scott, you there?
Yeah.
People are asking what size heated underwear do you need?
What size you wear?
It's actually not that cold out here today. I kind of overdressed.
Scott, what
Oh,
size
man.
shit? What size shoe do you wear, Scott?
What size shoe? 12.
13? 12?
Oh.
Hey, I was watching something this morning, right? There was only 3.5 inches of snow at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
There's no way they could have missed his shoe. It would have stuck out
I
like a
know.
sore thumb.
Yeah. Totally,
yeah.
totally
We've
agree
been
with that.
talking about
Totally agree
that
with
for over a year and a
Yep.
half.
In the daylight.
The majority of that storm was 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Hey, look at that plate. It's on a Range Rover. Look at the plate number. Guess what number the plate is, Mike?
34.
1.
I was going to say one. Shit.
Guess who gets that plate?
Who?
Somebody important.
I know that.
No, like legit. It's
I know.
from Nantucket.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Mike, I don't know if you can see the
Really?
plate. Look at that.
It'd be really nice if you were there to talk to Abe right now. You know that, right?
You think? I'm like right here. I can yell up the street.
All right.
He's getting, listen, that guy, a circle is around him at all times. You should have seen. Like people just surround the guy.
All right.
Oh, they're going to be selling trees.
Hey, is the TV station going to be doing this live too, like NECN or Channel 10? I mean, no.
I don't see
Yeah,
any trucks.
You saw trucks?
I don't.
No, there's some media here. There's WCVB.
All right, so we'll find it. Yeah. Shelby, what's up?
NBC, Mikey. Already got it queued
All right.
up.
Oh, Shelby, you are good.
I already seen pool cameras going in the court a while ago, 8 o'clock.
Is anybody seen AJ? Is Alan Jackson in town?
I don't know if he's going to come in just for emotion, especially with Auntie Bev.
Stop it. When the line stops behind the gentleman in the blue coat. Let's go.
I can see your picture, Tommy. Yep, there you
I
go.
see Scott.
All right, cool. Oh, I see you now. I see you, car. I see Scott's camera with your car. There you are.
There he is.
And the wheels pointing at you. All right, cool.
Aiden's talking, so that's cool. He's doing his live. That's even better. That's hey,
No way.
Gretchen Voss is right. Hey, this is my girl Gretchen.
What?
Gretchen Voss.
Oh, maybe were they trying to get the Boston Magazine's bullshit today too?
Didn't they ask for that, Scott?
Yeah.
What was that? I missed that.
Didn't they ask for her notes?
Gretchen Voss.
Yeah, they asked Gretchen's boss's stuff again.
Yeah.
Isn't that protected material, though? I mean, that's.
I guess not in Massachusetts.
Yes, Glamour Sue's the glare is on site, girls. No age. All right, so yeah, Flip saying no age. Okay.
So, some of these blue shirts were asking about getting into the court.
Well, yeah, this I think they're selling merch again today too, Scott. They're selling hats. Someone said.
Yeah, they brought those the last time too. They're not really hot sellers, you know.
Now.
Yeah, there's no journalistic privilege in Mass. Thanks,
Is
John.
that what that is? That's what is
Yeah.
journalistic privilege. That's who's smart like that? Man.
Yeah, we get a smart chat going.
Aiden's interviewing these vaping
Again?
people. I don't know. Does it for like comedy.
Oh, hey, I wonder if Lisi will borrow Nick's. Flip's asking if Nick, the new lawyer, might be there today. That's a good question.
Hi.
Karen's not there yet, right?
No. 10 o'clock.
I know. KB 51 sometimes. You can't stop it. You can only try to contain it. I don't know how many blue people are there. How many blue people?
I saw 2 people.
I imagine.
You know, that's all I saw.
All right. Just like John O'Keefe, you're absolutely right. And his family, man. I know the family. Great people. Father's awesome person, man. His older sister that passed away was an unbelievable basketball player, man. Then she played for Providence College. She's a phenomenal basketball player. The blue people, from what I read last night, someone sent me a DM.
What's up, Scott?
They're going to be selling merch. I'm not sure if it's hats or shirts, though.
Aiden's over there interviewing the blue shirts. Is he really? Oh, I gotta be in on that.
Will's all business.
When isn't he?
Sorry, Flip.
Hey, listen, where's Flip?
I don't
Like
know if we got that.
we need Flip here. Where is he? The guy's like hanging out. Where, like, dude, take the bus.
He's coming, dude. Trust me. If it goes to trial, he's coming. He promised.
Okay.
Me, so,
Okay.
As long as we roll out the red carpet. So, well, I'm gonna book him in. I'm gonna book him in a nice hotel right in the city. You know, get him an Uber to drive to the stuff. I'm gonna hook him up.
Can you imagine if we get Mrs. Shorty and Aussie Insider? Throw them on a plane?
24-hour flight, bro.
Yeah, I know. They do it for Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. There's a lot of people there, man. Jesus, wow. Good morning, Denise. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not wearing a hat this morning, huh? I know. I do have hair, so yeah. Let that be known. But I never wear baseball hats. Oh, hey, Sherry D, thank you so much, man. Jessica John O'Keefe, free Turtle Boy. We ain't got no kick. Free the duckies. Resistance to silence. Take us to the village. Let's go, man. Thank you so much. You get live. Yeah, free flip. Yep. Free flip. It's SC.
You obviously ate the mushrooms before you wrote the story.
Great, how are you?
Good.
Hugsy K's.
Morning, everyone.
She rocks.
But that's not the answer. What would you do? What would you do if they were in touch? But if they were, what would you do? Oh, but you know, Carrie's never going to be convicted. You know, right? Yeah. There's a 0%
I'm gonna end
chance.
this feed
0%.
like you guys.
The jury already voted 12-0 to acquit her. They didn't check the right box. We're going to do it all over again. They're not going to convict her.
Sir, you're touching my property. Please move away.
Oh, sure.
You know, you have a shirt.
How is it their property? It's on the ground, dude.
God, go with a shirt.
How much is the shirt?
Can I buy a shirt?
Yeah, how much?
$2 crusty shirts.
How much are they?
He's on to 40. This crusty stuff.
So I got money.
What is trust? By the way, what do you think of her long-term child abuse? Support that?
I thought they took the kids. Yeah.
It's not my business to talk about.
It's in a court document.
And now they belong to someone else after us. Correct? And now why is that? Why is that? Why does never children spend so much significant time in foster care? You have any comment on that? Do you normally support child abusers or only when those child abusers are protecting copyright? Serious question. Serious question. I'm just a journalist looking for questions. I'm an award-winning journalist. Well, you know, I'm sorry.
Hi, Papa.
Hi, guys. How you doing? How are you?
Hi.
You here for justice for John? You're here. You are here. That much is the fact. That's correct. You are indeed here. Now, are you here for justice for John? Too? Good man.
This is the guy that
Cemetery
and desecrated John's grave on the anniversary of his death.
Broke into a cemetery? Okay.
Oh, here they are. Mr. Reed. All right, Jimmy.
Good morning.
Hand them
Hi, how are you? Good to see you again. Good to see you. Morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you, sir. How are you, dear? Good. Good to see you. Nothing. How you been?
Good.
We all set? Is she happy for the 8th? A little shake and with the... Awesome. Thank you. You're my girl. I love the sign. The sign's been like, got some mileage on it, that right there. It does. It really does. This sign has been like a...
That's going in the Smithsonian when we're done.
Yeah, that's definitely got some usage. Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Good old duct tape.
Works. I love it. No.
A hanger.
Hey, it's still there, bud. Look at it. And that's all. Look at it. Good stuff. So how have you been? Isn't it just
Lovely. Do you hear me yelling at you today?
you already said the question box?
No, she didn't.
Question box is down there. I said to her, I go, you obviously ate the mushrooms before you wrote the story. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. How are you, my dear? Are you coming December 8th? Start driving?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. You know it.
As long as we can get the weather to cooperate. It's supposed to get really cold. It's like
Well-
30s next week, you know? That's the one thing you can't control, dude. Just
It's December. It's supposed to be cold, right?
Exactly.
Get it done with, and then we're right into spring.
Get as many big tents as we can.
So
We're gonna
The
do it.
food is fantastic.
she's gonna help us with that. I'm trying to get like a little area to the side so all the creators can go there, so that people can go and get pictures with all the creators, like everybody, single all together. Yeah, but some people don't, right? So,
Unless your boots on the ground, you know.
well, no, just even people that like watch people, you know.
Yeah.
But
They won't. You can't do that.
he's still asking them questions that they just can't answer. Look at
You just have to get a bird.
poor guy. He's asking legitimate questions and they don't want to answer.
We don't.
Aiden, he's asking questions. They don't answer them. They have no answers. Not one.
How about we stick with the facts?
In the court documents that I read. That's all I'm saying.
No fear
Oh,
now.
excuse me. Scott, good to see you again. Oh,
Oh, it's good to see you, man.
yeah.
Aiden's gonna
Oh,
show
we got
us too, right?
Scott McGinnis.
Put that in the tank.
And Tommy D.
Hey, hey.
Excellent. How are you
Good to
guys
see
doing
everybody.
today?
Unfortunately, we're here. Good to see everybody. Put let's get your quarter tank. That's all I got. That's all I got. Hi. How are you? Good to see you, dear. No, we're all set. New sign. Woohoo! Look at this. How much time does it? I mean, think about the time and the effort that goes into making this sign. I bet. Is it double-sided? Of course it is. So the side.
Directions.
Oh boy. Here we go. 1, 2. Levy's coming for you. Morrissey, Proctor, Carino, Tully, Brannick, Fanning, and many more. Unfortunately, they need their with the so much of people. How was it?
That's a great son.
How are you?
I'm doing great, dear. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you
How's
too.
everything? How's the concert?
Always
Did you have a
awesome.
good time?
Oh my God.
Really?
But you know what?
What?
I just lost my brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he got pancreatic.
I remember. I remember that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
saw that.
died,
Yep.
but I quit choir. I'll do it next summer.
Oh, don't quit. I know.
I had to miss a bunch of them, you know, the practices.
Yeah, and you got to go to that. Hi, dear. How are you? Good to see you.
It's so funny
Yeah, we're live. But your camera's that way.
when you were talking the other
Yeah.
about
Tom, it looks like there's a lot of
Okay.
and you said, "Oh, you know, focus on Karen. She's behind this blonde lady." I'm like, I have a name.
Yeah. There's just so many.
Thank you,
Like
Petty
I'm
Paralegal.
not
All right, man.
you.
I know.
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks, Mike, and the
We don't
Laws.
you don't mute anybody. Just anybody. You get muted.
I am special.
Yeah. So it's just just go down the line, right? And you could talk to anyone for like 30 minutes. Any one of these people, right?
Yep.
Where's it end? You know, I tried to get Will to go from here to that corner to go outside to have a cigarette. It took 20 minutes. Couldn't get into the crowd. Everyone's phone, everybody.
Wow.
Good to see you, my friend. Good. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you guys for coming in. Hi, hi.
Oh, hey.
Here he is. Brian's here.
How are you, buddy? Nice to see you.
What's up, big guy? Good to see you, my friend. Where is she?
These guys.
I see you all the way over there. What's up, bud? Good to see you. You going in, huh?
I wasn't planning on it, but I might be.
You got a good spot. I mean, this is your spot.
Say hi
Yeah.
to these guys down here.
We want to fill it up so the other side can get
All
in.
right.
I know, right?
Good to see you again. I mean, how was it? Did you go through the basket that you won?
Oh, yeah.
How was it?
This is just
Boston 25
She won this
article
in
about
one of the raffles. Look at
the
that.
Boston
That's a
Chiefs
serious
basketball
freaking hoop. That's nice, huh?
See, he was saying the other night how water just tastes different.
In
This is my first one, and I haven't used it.
yeah, it does. What's up, bud?
So what's the Stanley Cup
Yeah.
tasting?
I'd say Cup got him down start driving.
Yep. Start driving. The 8th. You coming on the 8th? The 8th? Awesome. Give me good turnout. I get the big belly clams. I can't not get them. You know what I mean? I have to get them. I have a Christmas tree, right? And they got clips. So I want people to donate money to Karen directly, like cash, so they can clip it like a money tree, a real money tree. And then we'll get a big bag, right? And we'll put the bag over it, right? And then we'll seal it and we'll give it to her.
A lot of us don't.
Put it on the bed tree.
Just money. That it's just whatever. It's Christmas, right? And so I don't know. I have a goal in my head. I don't want to say it, but we'll see. Hi, you're so good. So good. Hi. Oh, you're so soft. You are like a fluffy little fluffer. Look at you. You're so good. Good. How are you guys? Hello, ladies. Good to see you. How are you?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Good to see you. Doing well. Very well. Thanks. Excellent. Excellent. Hey. Good to see you.
Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.
How are you?
Nathan Reed is here. Hello, my dear. How are you? You're coming December 8th, right?
I should
Start driving.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Trying to get a place aside for all the creators.
Oh, yeah, I've
So
heard
that
that,
people
yeah.
can come by and take pictures.
Sticker.
You know, like they can ask questions about this. Just one little area, just a start.
Tom's all
And then
excited.
it's gonna be cold, but Christmas.
Hey, I'm
Trying to get in the mood.
This is nothing after being at all the soccer games, freezing and freezing.
Oh yeah.
rain,
Well,
so.
look at all the people that play hockey. They have to go to
I
the rinks
did a
all
lot
the
of
time.
hockey stuff,
Yeah, so
too.
you've been there, you know. Any news in Justin's case?
No, we're just we're doing.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Donna, for the $2 for the super sticker. Yep, the glare is at the courthouse, people. The glare is there. Will's there. I can't believe it, man. He's been here since Friday, man. And that's awesome. That just shows you how, it shows you his like dedication to this thing. He's taking his time, spending his own money up here. Boots on the ground. He's here. Cool. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened to Tommy.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Already.
All right, sorry guys, we're back.
All right, man. No problem.
Huh? Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them. Nothing. Yeah, nothing a lot. I mean, there's a good crowd there. Mike, you there?
I'm here, bro. I'm just
All right, cool. Okay, all right,
I was
gotcha.
gonna say, tune into Resistance
When?
with what is it? Resistance
Resistance to Silence.
to Silence.
Yeah.
I'll be on there tonight with Beatrice at 7 p.m.
Awesome. 7
Yes.
o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock tonight.
Nice.
Check
Justin
in.
Root.
Justin Root, you know him, man.
Yeah.
September 8th, check mark. Neil, my friend, what's up, my big guy? How are you? I'm doing good. Very good to see you here. What do you think about today? Another day, right? Yeah. You've been great, by the way. I appreciate everything you do, man. You're always here. So, hello, my dear. Good to see you. I'm doing well. You look good.
Thank you. I'm all bundled up with my 12,000.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Just in case.
Yep. It's gonna rain later on, so it'll be all right.
Over the
winter.
I used to go on down.
What's up, guy? How are you? What's up, big guy? Where's your son? School?
Yeah,
Figured. Yeah. Oh.
Tommy, those people waiting in line to get into the courthouse?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. And like, depending on the courtroom, right?
Right.
Probably going to be the big one, so that fits a lot of people. So, yeah,
Right. So Karen's not there yet, right?
correct.
All right. This shouldn't be a long one today, I don't think.
What?
I don't think this will be a long Rule 17 motion.
It could be right, real quick, in and out.
Yeah.
He didn't even see that.
Are you getting a table
A table? What do
at
you
the
mean?
car drive-in?
No, I'm not. Because the cold, I can't be out in the cold. My hands
No,
for my lupus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
All right.
So I'm not gonna do it. I know.
You
I
just
think
gonna
it's
show up
awesome.
and say hi?
Yeah.
Everybody okay?
Yep, I will.
Awesomeness. How's your mom doing? Good. Tell her to say hi.
I will. Definitely.
Tom knows everybody.
Yeah.
Man.
And,
So yeah, this is the line, Mike. Like
Wow.
these are just waiting to get in, right?
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
the other side, I think, has like 3 people. But
Oh, really?
hello, how we doing, ladies? Doing well. Good to see you.
Yeah, you.
Thank you for coming today.
Oh, you're welcome, Tom.
Hi. Thank you for coming today.
And he's Dennis Sullivan.
Oh yeah. No, I don't go in. Why would I go in? Let's throw this right here in the corner real quick. Let me see a mug, lady. No.
Yeah, Will's all in on this court case, folks. No question now on my mind, man.
Somebody
I
gonna
thought he
fight
wasn't, by the way.
Yeah, we're roofing the water.
Oh my gosh.
They all want it.
Great picture. I mean, that's what the smiles on their faces were, Mike. Really, like, Hey, there you are. Where's your
What's up, bro?
sidekick? Oh, okay. Turn around. I'm like, okay, I was ready. All right. I was talking to you. I didn't see him. I was doing my back. I turn around. I'm talking to you. Where is
So I'll go on the next session.
the next one? You do it.
Because, I get nervous as it is that I don't know the words.
I never would have guessed that ever in a million years about you.
What did I say?
That's just so badass. I love it. I'm just so
The green one was
so
off.
happy.
This is just all oldies but goodies.
Yeah.
I'll do it next.
So do you just sing or do you play music too, an instrument?
No, I sing.
You just sing?
Well, it's a big choir. It's a rock choir.
A rock choir. Yeah. Oh, look at this truck, Mike.
Wow.
Wow. That's a big boy.
A little bit of money in that truck, huh?
Oh yeah, it sounded good. Yeah.
Did an instrument.
Yeah.
Wowie.
There's a lot of. Hey.
Where's your lunchbox? Are you going to speak at all? Are you embarrassed to be the backup now, Mr. Lally? Are you at all ashamed? Mr. Lally? Mr. Lally, does Mr. Brennan need a water with lemon or without? How does he like it?
Oh my God.
He said he was thirsty. Get him a drink on the way in. Thank you. Actually, you'd like a lemonade this time, sir. Lally.
Oh my God.
How you live, Mike? Imagine coming to work like that.
He deserves it, bro.
That's your welcome crowd.
Yeah.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half.
And they won't sell you merch, right?
No merch. Hey, how you doing, guys? Good to see you.
That sucks.
All right.
I wonder if the O'Keefes are coming.
I don't know, but all the court officers know me now.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. Hello.
I wonder if I don't know if the O'Keefes are coming today. That's interesting.
I don't know. They would have to walk by me, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
What time is it?
I would think so.
9:30, right?
Yeah. What do you think today, Aiden? Quick in and out?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
No, it's not setting up like that.
I know. It's too late. It already came out.
That's what she said.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Anyway, I think today will be. She's got a rule on that motion to move the trial. It's been 2 weeks. We still don't know when the trial's going to start.
They both agreed to that, correct?
They both asked for it, but they've also both asked that I not be allowed to be brought up at the trial, and she overruled both of them. So when both sides agree to something, she's sometimes like, "Nah, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it the way I want to do it." Okay, not too bad. Sorry.
I got a bigger question. Do you think when this is all said and done, right? Karen's found innocent. You're found innocent. They look and see the stuff going on behind the scenes. Do you think that will cause reform in the state of what's happened to Karen Reed and to you? Is that a reform? Like, will this make reform? Will this change Massachusetts in how we do law enforcement? Yeah, it will not, huh?
Who's the next hack up? That's the way it is in Massachusetts. Who's the next hack up? The next, power leads to corruption. Like, it's natural in human history when people have power to want to abuse it. So I'd like to think that it would lead to reform. I mean, it might lead to like a Morrissey no longer being the DA,
right?
And maybe some we got a post commission. Like, the post commission was created to reform the police, but has it? Yeah, I mean, a little bit, I guess.
If they even give the state the data to them.
Right. So that's what I mean. Just like Howie Carr says, it's the hackorama. It never ends. The hackorama is the insatiable thirst that can never be quenched. And so I'd like to think that eventually, if this would light, it has lit a spotlight on it, but at the end of the day, there's more hacks in line. Pigs at the trough.
Right.
The system, so never ends.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
well,
but
you only try, right?
Yeah.
What do we get to lose? We're already kind of in a bad spot.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
But nothing has ever galvanized the public energy quite like this case because it's so blatant, and it's so. But we'll see. We got a long way to go. We've been doing this for a year and a half at least, and the finish line is in sight, but it's still. The end of Boylston Street. You know what I mean? It's all the way down there.
I know you
keep going.
I know you made like I don't know. You can make 100 reasons why or how Karen didn't do this, right?
By the way, we got some McAlbys coming. No, it's not.
No,
it's
Brennan team. Are the O'Keefes coming?
Well, we don't know yet.
All right.
Aaron O'Keefe. Yeah, Aaron's coming.
All right.
Yeah, I forget what I was going to ask them.
Is Karen coming today?
I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parents are here.
Kind of the main character,
Yeah.
She wasn't. Her whole family's here. You know.
I can't. You think Alan Jackson fly in for this?
Somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
maybe the new lawyer's here. Lassie, I don't know.
Yeah,
Got a new
yeah,
lawyer.
the new lawyer. Yeah, we'll find out. Yes, and Colin was in the house. Yes, that's right.
Keep the both stairs open, please.
Oh,
It's crazy
Yeah.
that they get that escort, man. I don't understand that.
And Karen Reed has yet to receive an escort anything remotely close to that, Mike,
That's
I
ridiculous.
know.
of any trial.
she's got her own security.
It's
Got the
crazy.
right last name.
Yep. Yeah. Have you heard from Mello at all? Just gone, right? Just how's he not respond?
Well, thing is, Tom, he made 80 grand off of this, and he hasn't performed the duties of his contract.
But he got paid.
He obviously doesn't want to do it. So I think he's just in this situation where he's not quitting because then he'd have to repay money or something. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense. Why is he still on? Why is he still on? I don't get it. It's like they lost their steam real quick.
Does he have like office hours or something?
Office hours. He can't spell office. Have you seen his website? The 3 F's. He can't spell office hours. You know? So I don't think so. Yeah. Say about it. Jen, you see it? Oh. Is she really?
No, not yet. We don't know. No, you and her don't get along. We know that much. And if she sees you, she's gonna have a good day.
Oh, if she sees me, she's gonna be pissed.
Yes, a lot.
Jen McCabe.
Kind of like when you don't want two people in the same room. Like you don't see it too often, but when you do, yeah, no, we don't want her near her.
Right?
But we got 4.5 right there. 4.5 supporters.
Wow, Tara from Boston. Thanks
Oh, yeah,
for the
Pat
hundo.
Stadium.
Wow.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, man.
What?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Tommy and Mike, for keeping us in the loop and always informed. Thank you for your super mods, especially Shelby.
Hold on, Miss McKay. Hold on.
Shout out to
Quiet.
Glenn. What?
Good morning. Morning, Bill. Hello, Paul. What you guys? Morning, Paul. Morning, Jeff. Morning.
Okay. Yep. Talk to a gentleman right here in the middle of steps.
Hey, it's not just me. What?
Yeah, John
Boy,
Senior is there.
all the security for no ruckus. Isn't that just like a letdown?
Dude,
Like it's never an issue. We've never like stopped anybody from going in. We've always been cordial, except for Lally. But like it's been nice to everybody. Let them go in. We've never booed or doing it for out. Let them go. But yet we have all these cops to protect what? Like
there was no
like we would stop anything happening to anybody. We're not like that. You know what I mean?
We have all charges against the Galberts because of the things that they do to us.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
We have family protection.
Yeah. I mean, we just can't walk up there.
But the witnesses are allowed to intimidate us.
I'm not even allowed on the stairs. I get yelled at. Hey, those stairs working well for you today? I was gonna check them for you later. Just making sure they're good. Oh, we're nothing.
I gotta put you on.
My guy in the stairs.
I'm his
Me
bodyguard. I'm his keeper, so I will keep him in line.
Yep.
Okay. If he gets out of line, you just let me know. I'll take care of it.
No, don't do that.
Yes.
Bad things will happen to me.
Yeah.
Good.
No.
I'm glad she's there, Tom.
She's like 2 seconds away from her. You can't get away from her.
Thomas. Behave.
Mother sent me.
No,
Yes,
we don't
she
want
did.
that.
She did. And
Oh
your
my
grandmother.
God. I can't believe Tara. Oh my God, Tara. Thank you. My Godness.
Goodness.
Wow.
My godness.
Yeah. I know.
That's a new word. Yeah.
Thank you. We will go.
Yeah. There was not a peep of noise on the
Okay.
whole thing. It was great. Yeah.
So, a lot of people here.
That's funny shit right there. Stop.
Because it got
Stop
legalized.
It's not legal to
Yeah.
ride around.
Karen coming? Is this Karen?
She's got it. I think so, right?
Karen's at 25 off. All right.
Good morning.
Hello. So, you think Karen should go that way?
Drop her off up front or on the
I
back?
think on the back, like I did last time. What time is it? 9:41's about right. I think they drop her off over that way. I think so. Oh, good to see you, bud. How are you? How are you? How's good? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Okay. Hope everything goes good for you. Get dropped off down. Get
Hit
dropped
that
off down
like and subscribe button,
all the
people.
time, right? Hey, hey. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Hit that like button. That's right. Just thank you guys. It's good for the algorithm. Yep.
So I think they usually get dropped off down here, Mike. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do it at there,
Well, you never know.
right?
You never know. Yeah.
But
There's a lot of people waiting to get in today. When are they going to start letting them in?
Mike, the blue shirts walk right in, no problem.
Yeah, I know. So, hey, you know what Flip Ahead said?
What?
When Mrs. Reed was walking in, someone asked her a question. She said she threw her phone in the trash.
She's allowed to do that, I think.
She threw her phone in the trash as a joke. It was funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
She's got a great sense of humor. She's just a great human being. Like you could spend hours talking to her. Like she's like that nice. Like you just can talk to her as long as you want. Like it's same with him. He's just as nice, Mike. I spoke to both of them.
Yeah. Tom, they want you to they want you to put a blue shirt in and go in. That's funny shit. I don't know what he's doing. He's got the blue Karen Reed on. All right. I don't know if that'll work.
Yeah.
People are making up things in the chat about Shelf on the Elf, Sean on the Shelf. Like how you make the elf on the shelf.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. You guys are killing
How
me.
about we just focus on Karen? We talked about the we did the scuttlebutt earlier today. Yep. Gave there you go. Done. Fed. Roll the Fed. Beep. Now it's about Karen.
You're right. I'm just saying with the chat's going crazy.
Yeah, I can't see it. I can see the red thing from Tara. I'm still in awe.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated, Tara.
Right.
That's gonna pay for the detail at Star Driving.
I think you probably hit the target, right?
I think we're close.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's
So I'm thinking she's gonna come this way, right? With her attorney.
Good news about Josh Levy. Oh. So Josh Levy was serving as the acting U.S. attorney. Now he's the permanent appointee as U.S. Attorney General. of
Sorry about that. My ear hit the button.
It's some good news about Josh Levy.
Do you want me to do what?
No, there was some good news about Josh Levy.
Oh, there was good news? Yeah, he prosecuted somebody for busting a reporter's chops.
Yep. Also, he was a temporary U.S. Attorney General for Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Now he's the permanent.
So Josh Levy got moved from temporary status to permanent status.
That's correct.
Good. Awesomeness. Good. No, he was like, must have been like point of acting, like an acting director.
Yep.
Now it's permanent, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yep.
Thought he
I'm
was
sorry
being
about
permanent
mine.
a while ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was too, but I think it's just now it is official, I guess. So I
Did
hope
you see how he went out? Did you read the article that Josh Levy went after somebody who was going after a reporter based on the reporter's beliefs?
Yep.
Just like Aiden. Josh Levy went after that person, and it's funny because Aiden said something to people about checking their mailboxes, and I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just saying that, like I've been collecting names and stuff. So I mean, somebody gets a warrant, they're gonna pull the warrant, and they're gonna say, "All right, boom, boom, boom." And yeah.
Right.
All right. I don't see ya. Boom. Boom.
Let me pull up.
Wait till
Yeah. I don't want to hit the button yet. Wait for them to get it.
They're watching everybody else except the traffic.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Now, or do you want to wait?
Are they there?
Time is it? We'll let her get out. We'll give her that side of the street. Get her composed. All right, there she is.
So
yeah, how about now? Probably do it now.
He was appointed yesterday.
Let me just wait till the turn green.
Simon says stop.
We just let them go.
Yeah. You guys get front row again. Look at this picture. You know what? Hold on. You know what? Let him go. Yeah.
Hit that like and subscribe, guys.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. Morning. Good morning. New guys. Yep. Proud of ya. And there you go. You guys got front row again. Boom.
Nice job, Tommy. Nice job. Oh, so Trump just appointed Josh Levy as permanent. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, no problem.
All right, where's Brian Hale?
It's starting to rain.
Brian Hale. Where's Brian Hale? Camera guy. I don't know where he went. Oh.
She's not with the family. She's not family.
You gotta be Corey.
She's not family. She's not family. Liar.
Go. Open it up. All right, let's go, ladies. Look at these smiling faces. All these people. Good luck, guys. Have fun with them benches. Let me know how it works out. I've been there. Yeah. My rear end still feels it from last time. Bye. How are you? Thank you for being here.
Did
All right,
Aiden get in?
Scott, I need your opinion here. Starting with go this way, right? Look at the determination, right?
Mhm.
Look at that. Is that not
Yeah,
like
that's a
you can
good one.
see it, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
You see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the whole picture.
Ah, that's a good one right there, bro.
Like, fire like,
Kim Fair comes in there, walks right up the stairs.
Yeah. Look at this one. Oh,
Awesome, man.
yeah, I got some good pictures.
Oh, that's your pictures?
Huh?
Those are your pictures?
Yeah, I took them with my phone.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, and you guys had video. So you guys are getting double the exposure. You like that?
We got
Would it not be? Would it not be correct or okay without the fire engines? Here we go.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Really? I swear they do it on purpose. And here comes the ambulance, right? No, just a fire truck today. They're just practicing. That's all. Getting ready for the trial. 10 more, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't count. Let her in. Let her in.
Tommy,
Yeah, come on. They let go, go, go. Yeah, they're close enough. They'll squish.
hey Tommy,
Yes, sir.
was that the new lawyer Alicia that just went in with her? Do you know?
No, I think they're part of the team.
All right.
Not I don't know specifically what part, but
All right.
they're professional. Like I don't know what they are. We got to find out. Even Aiden said they're new people. That's what he calls them. Hi, new people. Wow.
Jesus, man. I think they do that on purpose.
Tara, I got to thank you again, Tara. Really, 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 really.
Are you gonna have the court?
Yeah, sorry, just getting ready.
Broken Baker has got a live stream going. All right, man.
Hey, sweetheart, how you been? How you feeling? Feel like it felt better though? Yeah.
I'm better. Are we
Well, no mute today. I know. I'm going like on the edge and rebelling. I'm not hitting the no mute button. Everyone's alive today. Yeah. He is inside. Yeah. New England's cold, you know?
It is. It is.
So
It's intense, yeah. I can imagine.
you got fire ants and chickens and all that good, happy, good stuff.
What?
Chickens.
That-
Little fighting bugs.
Oh!
Yeah. Good chickens. They call them chickens.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Finally, we've been waiting for you all day. I'm telling you. He's one of the good ones. He gets it.
Drew P617. I love it, man. I love it.
Mm-mm. Okay. But listen, I need your opinion.
Ooh.
Right? Or right? I know it gets pixelated, but there's another picture here of Karen that come out for. I think it come out pretty good.
Oh, you got in there. Yep.
Um,
Ooh. Ooh. That's a fighting
Right?
stance right
Look
there.
at all of them.
Look at their
David, right?
faces.
I
Oh,
think I got another one of them.
yeah. Right there. That
Right?
one.
Look at that. Not determination.
Look at that.
That guy's. He's all. I don't know who he is, but I don't want to fuck with him. Right? He's all. Yeah. Like hello. And look at Liza. She's there.
She's ready.
Hello.
They're ready for that.
Yeah.
Enough with the bullshit.
Yeah. And then I did
going.
these ones here.
Ooh. I do like that. That's like power.
Right?
God,
They
that's a
keep
really
going,
good
right?
picture.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how they're all turned. It's one of those ones like you fucking with me.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the pictures you took today.
I got all. You can see the girl there.
I love these.
I got them all. Oh, she's not looking.
You would think I
I'll give
dated
it-
a photographer or something. So
Yeah.
I'm like critiquing. Oh, I do like that.
That's a good picture of her, huh?
That's power right there. It's my girl.
Look at that picture, Mike.
Yeah, that's
Ain't that?
beautiful.
I mean,
Hi, Mike.
Hey guys, hey girl.
pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's a good picture, man. Yeah.
So, you guys, right? I'm not blocking really. I'm just going through my phone of the pictures that I took. Now that I have a second, right? So, you guys want to see them? You're gonna get warm? All right. These are the pictures I took.
Boston Mike.
Boston Mike.
Hey, Boston Mike. What's up?
Say hi to Boston Mike. Hey, what's up, Boston Mike?
Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you.
She's been a loyal supporter from the beginning. Actually, from almost
Yeah.
before the beginning. It's been a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Cool.
Do you get them through here?
What?
I'm trying to spell.
I know. Yeah.
Oh.
I went through it twice. I'm pissed because I have something I already set aside.
Yeah.
Hey Tom, you want to go mute for a second? I think they're about to start soon.
Checking on podium mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. You good?
Are you going to do that before you leave today? If possible, yes, that would be great. I mean,
When do they file a motion? What did you say?
It was November 7th. Every day we're using their text messages. Yes, definitely. I'm going to. You're kidding me.
Okay, perfect. I'll let him know. Okay, perfect.
Quiet, please. Gady. All persons having any business before the office have been found justice in the Norfolk Superior Court in Fulton County. On hand, your matter shall be heard. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This court is now open. You may be seated.
It's 22117, the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. Can I come to identify themselves for the record?
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Hank Brennan, on behalf of the Commonwealth, along with me is Attorney Adam Valley and also Attorney Laura Moore.
Good morning, Mr. Brennan. Good morning, Mr. Lally. Good morning, Ms. McCarthy.
Good morning, Your Honor. Elizabeth Little appearing on behalf of defendant Karen Reed.
Good morning, Ms. Little.
And good morning, Your Honor. David Unetti for Karen Reed.
Good morning, Mr. Unetti. Good morning, Ms. Reed.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson appears to be assumed.
Okay, we can't see him though, Jim?
We can't see you, is that okay?
All right, good morning, Mr. Jackson. All right, we have several motions this morning. Let's start with motion for admission pro hac vici that you filed. And Mr. Unetti, I know these are freely granted, but I have a question about here. So you say good cause exists to grant this motion because Mr. Alessi has specialized skill and knowledge in representing defendants in matters of this nature. What do you mean?
Mr. Alessi is somebody with decades of experience in the courtroom, both on an appellate level and on a trial level. He has handled many criminal cases over his career. I have actually consulted with him on a criminal matter. I know of no better trial attorney in the country than Robert Alessi. There are aspects of our defense that would greatly benefit from his expertise. I'd rather not go into the specifics in terms of the division of labor on our team, but I'd ask the court to, take judicial notice that with his background, with his experience, he is going to add value to this team and protect my client's constitutional rights.
Okay, so he's not a criminal lawyer, but he's a lawyer who does some criminal work. I just don't understand what you mean by representing defendants in matters of this nature.
Of this criminal nature, he has represented criminal defendants throughout his career.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so let's go on to the discovery motions. We'll start with the requested records of Mr. Reed. I'll hear you, Mr. Brennan.
The Commonwealth has filed a Rule 17 motion to obtain phone records from William Reed for a 24-hour period. Secondly, the Commonwealth in that motion is looking for records regarding call logs for a 30-day period for William Reed. Although a different motion similarly, the Commonwealth has filed motions simply for the call log for 30 days for Janet Reed. The Commonwealth has a burden with two of these charges, one being second-degree murder, to show the element of knowledge. It is the government's burden to show that Miss Reed knew she struck John O'Keefe. Second-degree murder, as the court is aware, is a person committing an intentional act with a strong, plain likelihood of death. In a second-degree murder charge, there are a number of different theories that a Commonwealth can progress. It could be an intention to hit somebody, or it could be that somebody intentionally drove, struck somebody, left them behind, and didn't render aid knowing that there's a strong potential likelihood of death. When Miss Reed knew that she struck John O'Keefe is a critical issue in this case. Simply because the government has significant evidence outside of phone records to support and to convince that Miss Reed knew she hit John O'Keefe when she did, the government's entitled to the full value of their proof. The records for 30 days begin with that aspect of William Reed's records. Miss Reed calls her father and her mother a little after 1 o'clock on the night she struck and killed John O'Keefe. She calls both of them, and those calls were unanswered, according to the phone records. The inference that a 40-something-year-old woman is calling her parents at 1:30 in the morning after this tumultuous event, the inference is strong evidence that Miss Reed knew she had done something terrible. She knew she had struck John O'Keefe, and she knew that she had left him behind. The 30-day period is an attempt to protect the privacy rights of William and Janet Reed by not asking for the call, the text messages, not asking for SMS messages, not looking to forensically download the phone, just the call records, because I expect it will establish that there are no other calls in that 30-day period from Miss Reed to her parents at 1:30 in the morning.
But can't you get that from Ms. Reed's phone?
No. There were 2 search warrants from Miss Reed's phone.
I can't read them. The search warrant that was attached that I have isn't clear, so I'll need clear copies of those search warrants.
Those are provided by the defense. I can provide clear copies. The 2 search warrants from Miss Reed's phone are from a period of January 28th, 6 p.m. to January 29th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And the other one is January 28th, 9:30 to January 29th, 5:30.
Okay.
And so they're not in Miss Reed's records. I am not looking to see any of the other numbers that the family called, friends, family, whatever their purpose is. I'm not looking to even see it. I want to see and demonstrate there's an absence of phone calls between Miss Reed and her parents the 30 days prior to when she drove into John O'Keefe. It would help the defense. They want to expand that to 6 months or a year. I'm agreeable. Because if there was phone calls at 1:30 in the morning, I would not argue the inference that it was remarkable. That would be an unfair inference. But in the absence of any other calls, it is terribly remarkable that she is panic calling her parents at 1:30 in the morning. And here's why it's important. The type of injury John O'Keefe suffered that led to his death was a type of injury that was treatable. If he had received treatment within 1 to 2 hours, I expect that there are medical procedures that could have saved him. They could have produced a drill and drilled it into his brain to create bleeding so it wouldn't swell, or they could have cracked his cranium. Now, certainly he would have suffered significant impairment, but I expect the government is pursuing a witness, and my expectation on my research is a witness will say life-saving procedures within the first 2 hours would have saved or could have saved John O'Keefe. And so if Miss Reed knew within the first 2 hours that she hit him and that medical procedures could have saved his life, then this is relevant material to show her knowledge that something dramatic had happened. And that's why I want the 30 days. Only phone calls with her mother and father, nothing else am I interested in. The second part is the 24-hour period with William Reed. The 24-hour phone records will show Mr. Reed's phone calls throughout that evening or that morning. And it's important because Mr. Reed had an opportunity to speak publicly, and he did so on Fox 25, which is the subject of another motion. And when he speaks to Fox 25, he gives what I see as an implied admission that his daughter told him that she had hit something. I think there's more to that story that will be explored at trial. The time of the phone calls to Miss Reed are important. They're reflected in her phone records in the morning that she speaks to her father while she's still in the back of a police car before she's brought to the hospital. In that discussion with Fox 25, the quote is, "In your first discussions," my motion leaves off the S in discussion, but it's in the first discussions, what did she tell you? Mr. Reed asserts that she tells him about this implied confession at the hospital, which is after the actual first conversation. And so it'll be important to be able to confront Mr. Reed, if necessary, with his own phone records. He can denounce or deny his daughter's phone records. He doesn't have to accept them as true. Also, in that first 24-hour period, it is important for the government to establish that Mr. Reed and only Mr. Reed controlled the phone. In the absence of a stipulation, This is proof that may be necessary at trial if Mr. Reed takes the position that other people had access to his phone. That first conversation where she admits that she struck something, i.e. Mr. O'Keefe, is critical to the government's case. And so we cannot rely just on Ms. Reed's phone for a couple of reasons. Number one, phone records often show different communications. Sometimes calls or hang-ups don't register on a phone, and so they could be different. Secondly, I've learned that Ms. Reed's phone was sent to a taint team, and the Commonwealth does not and should not know what, if anything, was redacted from Ms. Reed's records. The idea of sending it to a taint team, I surmise, is that something was viewed that determined that it should go to a taint team, or perhaps the defense raised the issue. I don't have the benefit of the history. But what I do know is we cannot say that the records from Ms. Reed are a full accounting of her records, and so that Mr. Reed's records stand separately from Ms. Reed's records. Those are the two different types of records I am requesting from William Reed. I've been careful to make it limited. I'm not looking to see their physical phone. I'm not looking for a forensic download. After the first day of Mr. Reed's records, all I am looking for is call subscriber information and phone registers. I note the defense point of collateral information. I don't even want to see it. I just want to see if there's communication between Ms. Reed and her parents, so that if we present that inference, it is a sound inference, it is a fair inference, and it is a solid inference. And that's my argument regarding the phone records of Mr. Reed.
All right, who's arguing this for the defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the defense requests that the Commonwealth's Rule 17 motion seeking Ms. Reed's father's private cell phone information be denied. The Commonwealth is seeking 3 categories of information for Mr. Reed's cell phone: his private subscriber information, all call records, call detail records, SMS, MMS, and all data use records from January 29th and January 30th, 2022. And finally, all call detail records for an entire month-long period spanning December 30th, 2021 until January 30th, 2022. Your Honor, we are 3 years into this litigation, and the Commonwealth is now seeking to invade Mr. Reed's privacy under the guise that it's seeking communications between Mr. Reed and his daughter. But the Commonwealth already has a record of all of the communications between Mr. Reed and his daughter on January 29th, from not one, but 2 separate sources. The Commonwealth is in possession of Ms. Reed's cell phone. It's also in possession of Ms. Reed's Verizon records. The Commonwealth is asking this court to sanction this gross invasion of father's privacy so that the Commonwealth can sift through Mr. Reed's electronic data for information that is already in the possession of the Commonwealth. Now, I know Mr. Brennan says, I'm not interested in seeing anything else. But the problem is that's not what his motion says, right? He's asking for every single call, regardless of recipient, for a month-long period. William Reed has never been called by the Commonwealth to testify as a witness in this case.
So this is a new trial, right? So that doesn't prohibit the Commonwealth from calling him.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay.
He wasn't present at 34 Fairview. He wasn't present at CF McCarthy's, and he wasn't present at the waterfall on January 29th, 2022. And I would note that this court has repeatedly emphasized the importance of privacy concerns when it comes to an individual's cell phone, using that as a basis to deny the defendant's motions to obtain cell phone records from parties who were present that night. The Commonwealth, again, is already in possession of Ms. Reed's cell phone. That has been reviewed by both a special master as well as the court, and the court is well aware that the Commonwealth has a full copy of those communications. And what's important is that those call logs confirm that Ms. Reed did not make any calls to her father on January 29th until after she discovered Mr. O'Keefe lying incapacitated on Brian Albert's front lawn. And I've attached a copy of those records to our motion. It's quite clear. There was one call to her father on the morning of January 29th. That was at 6:32 a.m. The Commonwealth has a copy of those records. It's in their possession. And as this court knows, Lampron explicitly requires that that any Rule 17 motion must be accompanied by an affidavit containing a factual showing that all four elements of Lampron were met. Here, the Commonwealth has failed to meet its burden to meet even a single prong of that four-part test. In regards to the burden that they have to establish that the records are evidentiary and relevant, the Commonwealth in its affidavit set forth no particularized facts whatsoever to suggest that relevant information will be found in Mr. Reed's Verizon records. The affidavit makes only vague reference to an interview Mr. Reed gave to Boston 25, but fails to explain why that interview suggests that relevant communications will be found on his phone records. And I would note, the Commonwealth's characterization of that interview is incorrect and incomplete. I submitted additional reporting from Boston 25, which is the news organization that published a portion of that interview. And it's quite clear that Mr. Reed goes on to state during that interview that what he's referring to when his daughter said, "I believe I hit something," was the Chevy Traverse, which the court knows. We have a video of her hitting a Chevy Traverse that morning. The Commonwealth is already in possession of Ms. Reed's communications from January 29th. Those were included in the Commonwealth's motion itself. And the Commonwealth has failed to explain why it believes additional relevant communications will be found in the call detail and text records. That was not included in the affidavit. The Commonwealth states they expect to substantively admit the phone records between Ms. Reed and her father to prove that the 6:32 a.m. call took place. But they can do that with the phone records that they already have. Just because they have records from Verizon, that doesn't establish who answered the phone. That's not something that they're going to get from Verizon. The Commonwealth is well aware of that fact because they have Ms. Reed's cell phone and her Verizon records, so they can confirm that there's only one call on the morning of January 29th. The Commonwealth has provided no factual basis whatsoever to suggest that there are relevant communications that will be found on January 30th, the day after this incident. And the Commonwealth also requests that Ms. Reed's phone records for the full month preceding January 29th, 2022 is necessary to show that it would be unusual for Karen to have called her father. And the Commonwealth did a kind of funny thing, right? They suggested during their arguments that she called both parents in the middle of the night. That's not true. There was only one call to her father on January 29th, the morning of. It was at 6:32 a.m. So the frequency at which Ms. Reed calls her father's cell phone in the middle of the night has no relevance whatsoever. As to the second element of Lampron, here the Commonwealth's affidavit is spatially deficient. It doesn't even reference this element or set forth any facts supporting that it's shown that the Commonwealth's records are not otherwise procurable reasonably in advance of trial. And the reason Mr. Brennan cannot in good faith make that statement under oath is because the Commonwealth is already in possession of these communications from two separate sources. Element 3 of Lampron was also not addressed in the Commonwealth's affidavit. It's facially deficient. The Commonwealth has failed to show that it cannot properly prepare for trial without the production of this evidence, and that the failure to obtain the evidence would unreasonably delay trial. Again, that's because the Commonwealth is already in possession of the evidence that they're requesting. Finally, the Commonwealth has also failed to show that this request is made in good faith and is not a fishing expedition. In its affidavit, the Commonwealth briefly addresses the fourth element of Lampron, but writes only, quote, "The Commonwealth's motion is not a fishing expedition, as it is evidence from the defendant's phone records that phone calls between defendant and Mr. Reed were made sometime after defendant struck the victim and before the victim was found." Your Honor, that statement is provably false. Ms. Reed's phone records established conclusively that she did not call her father on January 29th until 6:32 a.m. after she found her boyfriend incapacitated on Brian Albert's front lawn. Therefore, the requested records should not be turned over to the Commonwealth. This is a broad request to review a month's worth of Mr. Reed's private cell phone information and all of his data usage information from January 29th and January 30th. This is a fishing expedition, plain and simple. The Commonwealth isn't asking for the records it already has. It doesn't need a third copy of them. What it's looking to do is sift through Mr. Reed's personal cell phone information on January 29th to see if it can find data usage information, location information, text messages with other individuals, and that is a completely inappropriate use of Rule 17. This unsupported request is overbroad and must be denied. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Did you want to respond in any way, Mr. Brennan, or move on?
Very briefly.
Okay.
In between the multiple accusations of bad faith, what the attorney says that is most telling is they don't know who answered the phone. That's a harbinger to trial. The prosecution doesn't know who answered the phone when Karen Reed called her parents or her mother's phone at 1:43 a.m. No, the Commonwealth doesn't. And so we have to prepare that when Mr. Reed takes the stand, we have phone records demonstrating all of his phone calls and that he had control of that phone, so there can't be a suggestion somebody else was handling the phone. Or, on the other hand, if the position is going to be that Janet Reed answered the phone, the father's phone, or that William Reed answered the mother's phone, then we'll call both witnesses at trial and we'll sort it out. But it is that very nature of suggesting confusion or uncertainty that the government is obligated to try to prevent at trial. And we're being diligent, we're being studious, and we're going to be prepared. And these records will help us do that. That is the exact point and reason why we need these records. Thank you.
All right, did you want to respond at all, Ms. Little?
Well, I think the Commonwealth actually brought up the issue of, it tried to basically say, I need the Verizon records because Karen's phone records don't establish that Mr. Reed answered the phone. But all I'm saying is that neither do the Verizon records. So there is no additional information the Commonwealth is going to obtain by digging through Mr. Reed's private cell phone information.
Okay. All right, so we sort of overlapped a little bit with Mrs. Reed, Janet Reed's records. Do you want to be heard further on that, Mr. Brennan?
No, I believe the court understands my argument unless the court has any questions for me.
I don't, but thank you. Ms. Little, is there anything specific to Mrs. Reed that you want to address?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, I just emphasize that the affidavit in support of their request for Ms. Reed's phone records is plainly insufficient. They haven't addressed numerous elements of land crime. That alone is a basis to deny the request, and it's not permissive. It's mandatory that the court deny the request. Land crime is very clear. If you don't meet a factual showing in the affidavit in support of your Rule 17 motion, then the motion must be denied. 3 of the elements were not even addressed in that motion. So on that basis, we request that the court deny the motion.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we will move along now. Both of those are under advisement. We'll move along now to it's paper number 405, Commonwealth's renewed motion for all audio recordings, notes, emails, text messages, voicemails, and the possession of Gretchen Voss and or Metro Corp. I do have an opposition that I received this morning and an affidavit from Robert Birch, attorney Robert Birch, who I think is present in court. So, Jim, did he file an appearance too?
Yes, previously.
And we'll use that in this case as well. All right, so Ms. Little, you did not intend to argue that, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Brennan, I'll hear you, and then Mr. Birch, I'll hear you.
The Commonwealth has filed a motion to reconsider in part, and in addition, there was a request for information that was not requested before by the Commonwealth. Your Honor made a ruling in the past to turn over portions of the materials, and in that ruling, it invited the Commonwealth after review to renew or reconsider the motion or the extent of the motion. I've had an opportunity to listen to the hearing. I've had an opportunity to review all of the pleadings relative to the Boston Magazine and Ms. Voss information. And I've had the benefit of observing numerous other statements that have been made by Ms. Reed publicly. And I've been able to contrast and compare the statements made to Ms. Voss as well as the statements made to a number of other media organizations, including Dateline, 2020, Vanity Fair. And after a review of all those materials, it is clear that there is significant materials that were not turned over to the Commonwealth that are relevant material and substantive evidence in this case. In listening to the past hearing, the position of Boston Magazine was that almost everything was entirely on record and that there were a few interchanges by the attorneys. Not only did I have an opportunity to read the Boston Magazine article and listen to the interviews, but I had them transcribed, have a copy for the court if the court pleases.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
And there were two different interviews that were turned over. One was represented at the last hearing, that it was 4 hours long. The Commonwealth received 3 hours and 19 minutes. It's missing, not a little bit, a significant portion of that hearing, 40 minutes. The second interview was represented in the audio recording of court that I listened to as a 2-hour interview. The Commonwealth received merely 19 minutes. So the majority of that interview was not provided. And so there wasn't just a few redactions, they were significant. In addition, which is notable, and you can glean this from the transcripts, is that there wasn't just a few interruptions. Mr. Yannetti is noted on the transcript 37 times, Attorney Little 33 times, and Attorney Jackson 33 times. And so there are significant interruptions and redactions in both recordings. These redactions in the recordings are important. One thing that stands out when you actually listen to the interviews and you look at the transcripts is that many times during the attorney's interruptions, there's a redaction, and then when the conversation resumes, there is a change, sometimes subtle, sometimes not so. There is a change in the statement by Ms. Reed. And so it is clear that there is an inference that in those redacted portions, there is conversation or consultation or discussion happening that changes the direction and sometimes the content of Ms. Reed's statements. That bears directly on the credibility of the witness. Because be mindful, all of her statements are admissible. All of them. They're all substantive evidence. There's no hearsay. There's no limitation. They are statements of the defendant. They're material and relevant, and the Commonwealth is free to use any and all of them at their discretion. And so it's not only what she says in the interview, it is what is missing in the redactions. Now, certainly there may be discussions in those redactions that involve her attorneys and Ms. Voss, but none of that is protected. None of that is protected. A defendant enjoys many privileges, but when an accused decides to cast aside their privileges, they don't get to add their own layer of protection. There's absolutely no basis in our jurisprudence for a defendant to be able to do that. They enjoy a Fifth Amendment privilege as they should. A defendant is presumed innocent. But when they cast it aside, it's at their own peril. They have an attorney-client privilege. But when they obviate the attorney-client privilege by speaking in front of a third party that's not part of the prosecution team, that privilege no longer exists. It dies. And there is no reporter privilege in Massachusetts. And so what has happened in this interview is that we have 3 attorneys, a defendant, and a reporter having a free reign of interview, and then later deciding what parts of the interview they want the public to hear, what parts of the interview they want the Commonwealth to have possession of. They don't have, respectfully, that choice or that power or that discretion. They can contract with each other, have their own side agreements and what they want about on and off the record, but it doesn't bind the Commonwealth. It never has, it never will. We don't agree to it. And so what we have is many instances and examples where those redacted portions are critical to understanding why the story at times changes after the redactions. And so I think of it this way. If Ms. Voss was called to testify by the Commonwealth at trial, and we have her on the stand, and I was to say to her, I've received your recordings and your redactions, and I've read your article, Ms. Voss. I want to ask you about the conversation after Ms. Reed talks about sipping drinks at the waterfall, and it's redacted. I want you to tell me what she said. There could be no objection for the defense that there's a private agreement. There could be no objection from the defense that somehow it's privileged. She would have to answer the question, this is what Karen Reed told me. So to suggest that pre-trial, somehow they can have this protection that doesn't exist in reality in the law to protect statements that the defendant or their attorneys made that they don't want the Commonwealth to learn about is just wishful thinking. That's all it is. And, you know, I'm not oblivious to the fact that there are a number of statements that are made that are redacted to Ms. Voss where the defense attorneys are present in the room. There is no attorney-client privilege at that point. There's none. Arguably, all three of the attorneys are witnesses as well. Now, Commonwealth is not heavy-handed. The Commonwealth does not want to disrupt the defense team. The Commonwealth does not want to delay this trial. The Commonwealth does not want to put an attorney in an uncomfortable position. But they're all witnesses to a substantive statement, many of them admissions of guilt, contradictions, all of them, in the most respectful way to pursue those, the strongest way, the fairest way to pursue those with moderation is to get them from Emily Voss in the interview that exists. Now, in the pleadings, I received the response this morning. I didn't get to read the entire thing. I have no objection to it. But I did listen to the hearing. And it strikes me that the argument of the newspaper company was primarily based on two propositions. Number one, Commonwealth versus Doe, promulgation, those cases, when you read them, deal with confidential informants. Not confidential information or what someone wants to be confidential. It's not even confidential. She said it, she said it. There's a difference, and Your Honor pointed out in that hearing. Could you give me a case that talks about confidential information as it does confidential informants? And respectfully, there was no case to be produced because there is none. The cases are dissimilar because they deal with trying to get to a confidential source that may expose a source that never even may not be used at trial anyways because it's based on hearsay or there's no factual basis for it. This is not a confidential informant. The defense chose a strategy, a very strategic strategy, to sell their story and disseminate to the public, potential jury pool, in a way they thought best fit their needs. And they've done this continually. And although an attorney cannot produce evidence to the public or encourage it, it violates the rules of professional responsibility. They cannot have a statement that is meant to reach the potential jury. A defendant can. The Commonwealth does not resent that Ms. Reed has made statements to all of these different outlets. She's entitled to, she's presumed innocent. She can make all the statements she wants. But when she does, there is a consequence for that. And they now bear the consequence of these statements that have been made. And so, since it is not a confidential informant, it's a very public, identified person, it's Ms. Reed herself, the argument of Doe and promulgation has no merit. I know Your Honor was troubled by the affidavit of Ms. Voss and that she was afraid for her safety. And from a personal level, I empathize. In this case, firsthand, I have never seen anything like this, where witnesses have to fear walking out of their car. It's repugnant. It undermines the fabric of the judicial system. But Ms. Voss isn't alone, and I have empathy for her. Almost every witness, civilian witness for the Commonwealth, has sustained similar or far more egregious abuses. It is awful to think the level of harassment and intimidation that someone must suffer because they're simply a witness in a case. And my empathy is to Ms. Voss, but to every other witness in this case, she is in no different position. It does not impede the progress of the Commonwealth. It does not impede the fact-finding mission. It's unfair. It shouldn't happen. Something should happen as a result, but it has no bearing on the analysis in this case. It just doesn't. And so there is a ton of conversation that has been redacted arbitrarily by parties that want to use what's in their best interest, but cover up what doesn't help them. The Commonwealth is entitled to it. And we're seeking it and we want it. We want all the redactions in the first and second interview. Over 75% of the second interview is redacted. We want the notes from the third interview. Ms. Voss is a witness. She wasn't at the scene. She didn't see Ms. Reed drive into John O'Keefe and leave him in the snow, but she's a witness to substantive statements, her statements, admissions, confessions. And those notes evidence the statements of Ms. Reed there in the email or text message and phone call, again, statements of the defendant. Ms. Voss, reporter or not, is a witness in this case to some of the most crucial damning evidence in this case. We're entitled to it. We take no exception for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Birch.
Thank you, Your Honor. Robert Birchie for Metro Court and Gretchen Voss. I've been here before, Your Honor, on a remarkably similar motion. And Your Honor at that time made a Solomonic decision and said that 2 audio tapes minus attorney dialogue and off-the-record comments would have to be produced. And the one-on-one off-the-record interview between Gretchen Voss and Ms. Reed did not have to be produced. And the Commonwealth has simply made no persuasive showing as to why the decision should be any different now. The Commonwealth makes much of the fact that there are heavy redactions on the shorter of the 2 taped interviews. They refer to it as a 2-hour interview. Actually, it was a 1-hour interview according to the affidavit of Gretchen Voss, which had been submitted with our original opposition to the first motion. So it wasn't quite as lopsided as counsel is intimating. But in any event, the reason for the redactions is that the Commonwealth made a point in its original motion that it was not seeking anything but the defendant's statements, that it did not want colloquy of attorneys. It did not seek what the attorneys were saying. And it said that over and over in its original motion. Now it's suddenly changing the rules and says, oops, we've decided we want those after all.
Didn't I leave that open for them though? Didn't I leave that open for them to come back even at the first trial? To come back and request it upon review of the first
I'm sorry, I didn't quite.
I left that open for the Commonwealth to come back the first time even, right? The first trial. And we have here now a new trial. We have different attorneys presumed with today's motion on both sides. So why are we focusing on what they requested first and what's different than now?
Well, Your Honor, I think the burden on the press is, it's still the prosecution seeking information from the press. They got a certain amount of it. They're now asking for more of it. And the question is, why do they need that more? They had made a determination at one time that in order to be fully prepared for trial, they only needed a certain amount. And they only did not need attorney's colloquy. And now they're saying the attorney's colloquy is central to what they need. They can't have it both ways.
Okay, go ahead.
The change of subject from one before and after a colloquy, he says, bears on the credibility of the defendant. But if the defendant contradicts herself in the course of an interview with Gretchen Voss, I fail to see how that has the impact of serving as grist for impeachment at trial. And one has to wonder whether this motion is really an effort to keep Ms. Voss off the stand and off from reporting, because she, in fact, has suffered, as Your Honor noted at the earlier hearing, from harassment. And Your Honor noted in your order that the disclosure of the material sought would require her to divulge information that will hinder her ability as a journalist to assure sources that she will keep certain information confidential. That's what she averred. And her affidavit also details the harassment she's endured since the publication of her article, and her fear that if compelled to turn over the requested material, in particular the handwritten notes of the off-the-record interview, she'll be exposing herself to further harassment and endangering the safety of herself and her family. And Your Honor wrote, given the extraordinary public attention and scrutiny given to this case, and her fears for her own safety and that of her family are no doubt warranted. And in light of the affidavit, the court concludes that the asserted damage to the free flow of information is more than speculative or theoretical. You said it was a close call, but given making the division, what I call the Solomonic division of providing some and limiting the others, seemed to make sense. So what are they seeking now that they didn't have before? Well, in addition to seeking the redacted portions of the interviews, which Metro Corporation's counsel undertook time and expense to redact them to accord with what the subpoena as approved, what the subpoena as issued had asked for. They're asking now for the handwritten notes of Ms. Voss of a one-on-one off-the-record interview that she had with no attorneys present. Those are handwritten notes. There's no audio tape. They are partial notes. They are phrases. They're not complete thoughts. They're more jogged memory sorts of telegraphic mentions. So it seems likely that if required to turn over these notes, which essentially represent the work product of the journalist and her personality as expressed in her, what she takes from the interview, if forced to produce that, it's very likely the next step is that the Commonwealth is going to want to depose her or call her a trial in order to explain those notes and interpret them. And that's going to take us down yet one more rabbit hole in this case. That this already had so many. It would also have the effect, maybe the calculated effect, of preventing Ms. Voss from covering the trial, because if she is called to witness, she is not permitted to sit in the courtroom for the proceedings.
So she did attend the last trial, right?
She did, because
on a
she was
daily
not
basis,
on the witness list.
right? On a daily basis.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Every day. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And that was Ms. Voss who just responded to you?
I'm sorry.
That was Ms. Voss who just responded to you, yes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And finally, the Commonwealth asks for the first time for texts between Ms. Reed and Ms. Voss. And we do have texts. They are the manner in which they get forwarded from an iPhone is that they come out without the name of the speaker. you can sort of guess at the name of the speaker, but you don't see the name of the speaker. You also don't see the date and time of the communication. I'd ask that we're willing to turn those over. They were not off the record, but I ask that we be able to turn them over in that form, which is the form we have them in, rather than go to whatever expense and trouble to replicate a different format.
Okay,
And that's all I have.
all right. Thank you very much. Mr. Brennan, I'll give you a chance to respond, but I do have a question for you based on Mr. Birch's opposition. If you've got the opposition with you, Mr. Brennan?
I have a copy.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to respond to is on page 5. First full paragraph, the paragraph begins that this litigation, but the sentence is, in other words, the Commonwealth says it needs more audio because the redacted audio provided thus far either contains no damaging admissions by Reed or reveals that she was not entirely forthright in her unsworn press interviews with Voss. What do you say about that? You touched upon it when you started your argument today about inconsistencies. What's your argument to that specific?
Having received this morning, having not had an opportunity to read it, could I just have one moment to read it in context?
Sure.
Thank you. This posits two separate ideas, the way I interpret it. The first is the Commonwealth says it needs more audio because the redacted audio provided thus far either contains no damaging omissions by Reed. The audio provided thus far contains many damaging admissions to Reed. In her first interview with Gretchen Voss, she talks about when she dropped John off and where she dropped him off. The story changes. At one point, she has them going to the side door of the house. In fact, in 3 of the interviews, he's going to the side door of the house. In a further interview, she says he went to the front door of the house. It's not subtle. There's a reason. The stories and the versions given by Ms. Reed evolve in time. Coincidentally, they evolve sometimes with the production of Discovery. And so I am not suggesting for a second that there are no damaging statements by Ms. Reed. In fact, there are confessions, there are admissions, and there are contradictions based on later statements given. And so all I can simply say is that is not the Commonwealth's position. That is stated wrongly. Also, or it reveals that she was not entirely forthright in her unsworn press interviews with Voss. Well, we're entitled to take her statements with Ms. Voss and compare them to all the other statements she made. 2020, Vanity Fair, Dateline, and others. And so the question isn't whether her statement to Voss or Ms. Voss is accurate. It is in comparison to other statements. Is it accurate? And we know that it's not. There are many instances where she has given different statements between versions. Also internally, in Ms. Voss's interview, as I mentioned, there are statements, redaction, a return, and a different statement. For example, she was only sipping at the waterfall, which would suggest further drinking. And then after a redaction and interruption, she's sipping water at the waterfall, as incredulous as that may be. And so clearly something happened during that redaction that changed the admission to drinking alcohol, which is part of this case, to something of water. And so I think that the claim in this motion really has no relevance to the analysis. It's not on point. The reason I said there was a 2-hour interview and I'll accept that I'm wrong, is when I listened to the FTR tape, counsel respectfully said it was a 2-hour interview. And that's where I got my information from, not Ms. Voss's affidavit. So it may have been a 1-hour interview, which still leaves us with 1/3 of the interview, 2/3 redacted. That is significant. The Commonwealth comes back, we're entitled to come back when we want, if we have a good faith basis and if the court invites us. We come back now after I've had a chance to actually listen to 4 hours of interview, or you add them up, 3 hours and 40 minutes of interview. I've studied them, I've listened to them many times. I've ordered transcripts, I've perused the transcripts, I've compared the two. I've compared them to all the other statements. So time has now made these much more relevant than they maybe initially thought. I can't speak for the Commonwealth at that point. We're entitled to the full force of our proof. We don't have to just take some. We don't have to take a fraction. Just because it's inconvenient or uncomfortable for parties, the government is entitled to the full force of their proof. And representing the people of this Commonwealth, I am pursuing the full force of our proof in every aspect because we're entitled to it. It is notable in the FTR hearing that counsel for Ms. Voss and for the publication said that the third interview they discussed, and the parties, meaning the defense attorneys, the defendant, the defense attorney, the defendant, and Ms. Voss could decide to use that material. It wasn't that it was precluded or no one could ever see it. It's only if it helped them. And so he said that they agreed that if they wanted to, they could use that material. They just decided not to. Because they decided not to use incriminating information in their story doesn't give them the power to decide who does and when they do. So we're entitled to the full force of our proof, and we're going to pursue it. We're entitled to all of these records, all this information. There is no legal argument against it. None.
All right, thank you. So I know, Ms. Little, I asked if you wanted to say anything. I just give you that opportunity. Was there anything you wanted to add? Okay. All right, so that is taken under advisement. And now we have 3 more motions. I understand Mr. Albano is here, who will be filing an appearance if on all 3 or arguing all 3. But so Mr. Albano, you can come forward, sir. And Mr. Brennan, do you want to argue each one of these individually? It appears I did get an opposition this morning that goes to service. Have different arguments, a little bit different on each.
I do.
Okay, so Mr. Albano, do you want to be heard after each argument, or do you want to just be heard at the end of the 3? There are 3 motions. FXT TV, Boston 25, WCVB TV, Hearst Television Incorporated and ABC, and NBC 10 Boston. Okay, thank you. And again, on these, Ms. Little, you don't expect to argue? No, you're right. Okay. If you do change your mind, just stand up and let me know. No, that's fine. Okay. All right, I will hear you. Why don't we start with the FXT TV, Boston 25, it's paper number 400.
As has been discussed, Fox 25 and its employees conducted an interview of William and Janet Reed. I've quoted on subsection 5 some of the language from that interview. And during my quote, it says, during your first discussion with Karen. It should say, during your first discussions with Karen. There's an S left off. Nevertheless, during your first discussions with Karen, did you believe she may have hit John?
Did she believe?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you said, did you believe?
Then I misspoke. My apologies. Did she believe she may have hit John? William Reed responded, no, she felt she struck something. She said, Dad, I think I struck something. I said, what do you mean, right? This was in the hospital, right? She says, I remember, all right, backing up and hitting something. I've had the benefit of at least looking at the phone records that are available for Karen Reed and seeing there was a phone conversation that morning to William Reed's phone. That phone conversation is before Karen Reed is admitted to the hospital. And so it is by inference in the back of a police car at the scene. Now, there's some ambiguity during your first discussions. The operative word, as I see it, is first. It is a particularly remarkable statement to make that in the throes of realizing the great tragedy that's unfolding with John O'Keefe lying in the snow dying, that the comment of thinking that they hit supposedly now another car in a driveway hours earlier would be the topic of conversation at that point. There is not a fair inference that would be the subject matter. It is not a fair conclusion that a person would be so fixated on a mere nudging of another car that caused no damage hours earlier when we're dealing with the potential loss of life. And so I think it is reasonable to infer that that was actually not the complete statement. The conversation lasted on that morning for over a minute, and there was certainly conversations after. And so the defendant's father has, as he's entitled to, utilized media to try to sell a story to help his daughter. And during that airing, it is clear and obvious that not the entire conversation with William Reed has been provided. During these stories, oftentimes there is summaries to progress the episode much quicker. And so all of his statements, which may not be a lot, but all the statements to that employee of Fox 25 who did the interview should be discoverable so that this statement can be put into context. Some of the doctrine of completeness. We should know what the entirety of the conversation interview was so that we can assess this statement and draw the proper inferences from it. It is expected that William Reed very likely will be a witness at trial. He will be asked about this conversation. He may be asked about what else he had said. It will be impossible at trial then to try to produce the other statements that he has made to this network or this employee. And so the Commonwealth or anybody who would be questioning him would be just simply left to the whim of his answer. And I'm not satisfied to do that. I do not think there is any protection. He is not a defendant. There is no privilege. And so there is no reason to protect this information so that it can fairly be brought into context so that when he is cross-examined, if there is evidence of impeachment or cooperation, that both sides are aware and know of the substance of that material. And that is the reason we request the pleading in number 400 for the Fox 25 footage that was not aired.
Okay. Have you had a chance to read Mr. Albano's opposition this morning? It's not very long.
I haven't, but I can say Mr. Albano kindly called me. He outlined the issues in an email. He made this a much more streamlined and agreeable process. And so I credit him with his effort. I don't need to read his response. I'll appreciate what he says.
Okay.
My short interaction with him, his total candor, I have no hesitation what he says in his representations. I might disagree, but I don't need to read his pleading.
Okay.
There are two, NBC and ABC. If Your Honor would allow me to start with NBC because I think we can streamline that. NBC 10 has agreed to give promo materials in their possession. I've not only spoke to Mr. Albano, but I've spoke to the attorney for the subsidiaries that we also had subpoenaed. And they told me that as subsidiaries, they do not have possession of the materials of the parent company. And I received letters from the attorneys stating as much. So as it pertains to NBC 10, the position is that one of the subsidiaries is going to send us promotional materials. And as far as service on the parent company, I don't think the Commonwealth succeeded, despite the fact that we made numerous efforts in hand, mail, UPS to a number of subsidiaries. I don't think we're satisfied, so I do not want to ask the court to progress that.
Okay, do you have a timeline on when you'll get this material?
The promotional materials?
Yes.
They said they were putting them together. I did not ask for a timeline.
Okay.
The promotional materials are a very small fragment. It's, I've only seen one clip aired. I don't know what else they have, but it should not take them long.
Okay. I don't have a paper number. Jim, do you have the paper number on NBC 10? Here, just, you know what, Jim, you can give it to me after. I don't have that paper number or the other one. All right, so do you want to?
427, Your Honor.
What is 427? All right, so do you want to move on to CVB TV?
Yes.
Okay.
WCVB TV has been served, and they've notified that they're not in possession of the materials, have no control over the parent company, and they are not part of the company. And so I no longer am asking WCVB TV to produce these materials. Instead, in the alternative, we have subpoenaed the registered agent in Massachusetts, the registered agent for the parent company. They have been properly served. If we look at the Secretary of Commonwealth of Massachusetts Business Entity Summary website, not only do they have a principal place of business in New York, but they also have, as a registered agent, a local address, 84 State Street. So our position relative to the ABC materials is that ABC has been properly served locally. Unlike NBC, that did not have a local registered agent that we could find, or perhaps does not have one, ABC does. ABC does business in Massachusetts. In fact, these interviews with Ms. Reed may have taken place in Massachusetts. I don't know. But they have roots in Massachusetts in that they do business here. They have a local registered agent. And the reason to have a registered agent is to accept service, provide notice in cases of objections, and to provide materials. It is done routinely in civil cases when a registered agent is notified. They are then obligated to get materials even if the REM exists in a different place. Their position is that the REM exists in New York. That is irrelevant to the assessment in this case. To suggest that somehow the physical property being another jurisdiction is not in the control or purview of the local registered agent would just be enacting a shell game where local or companies could pick jurisdictions they find most favorable, do business in outside jurisdictions, and avoid the consequences of that. That, I don't believe, is how the law is set up. As a registered agent, they are the same as the company. They just have a local contact to accept all types of service, communications, and responsibility. And so our position on ABC as far as service is concerned is they've been served through the registered agent, and therefore whatever materials exist, regardless if they're in Massachusetts or in New York, they are required to obtain them and they're required to produce them.
Okay, so Mr. Albano disagrees with you, and on the third page of his memo under paragraph 5, so I will give you the opportunity to read that.
Okay.
Under that fifth paragraph. Do you want to address the substance of your motion regarding ABC?
I do. Much like other recorded statements, we see from the Nightline in the 2020 interviews, there are a number of public statements that Ms. Reed has made to a national audience that don't reconcile with other statements she has made at other times. I've given you one, the example of not knowing which door she supposedly saw John Keefe go into. There is differences in her stories and versions about where she was that night after she left the O'Keefe house. There is a number of examples where the different versions given contradict each other. And so although they're all substantive statements, they're all admissions and confessions, they still have a value in the fact that they contradict each other. And so the episode that is aired, 2020 Nightline, you hear oftentimes the author of the story, the interview, the author saying, and we spoke to the person, and then this is what happened, and then they go to a clip of an actual interview. The summary by the author is not admissible. It can't be used substantively. It can't be used to impeach Ms. Reed should she testify. It is hearsay. It's inadmissible. And so these summaries have a genesis somewhere. There's a reason why the reporter is asking certain questions, or more importantly, the author is summarizing testimony, oftentimes inconsistent with other versions. And so that means that there is footage from which the author has gleaned this information. There's either footage or there's a conversation with Ms. Reed. And so those are statements, not unsimilar to or dissimilar to Ms. Voss interviewing here. Those are statements of a defendant, which are substantive evidence for their full value. And so that footage we're entitled to see. There's nothing that should protect it. We should have the opportunity to review all of the statements and also put the ones in context that were broadcast to the nation. And that's the substance of why we want it. I'll have to take a moment to look at the response.
Okay. Mr. Albano, we'll give him a couple of minutes just to read it. Sure. Jen, does this have a docket number yet? Paragraph 5, it's on page 3. The pages aren't numbered. Actually, you should start at 4. Or why don't you read the whole thing, Mr. Ray? Why don't you have a seat and read it?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Paul, do you want me to step off or stay here? We'll stay here.
May I?
Sure.
Thank you. Your Honor, our position is we disagree with that proposition. We are not trying to subpoena another state witness. We're trying to subpoena materials from a company, and although the company has a principal place of business in another state, by having a registered agent, we believe that gives us jurisdiction. I can understand the company would like to remove this to New York. There is a reporter's privilege in New York that is profound. It is not so in Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, there is none. And so I see why it is the company's preference for us to go to New York, to use New York law, but I don't believe that's the case. I believe as a registered agent that we have an entitlement to subpoena them here, and we follow Massachusetts law. There are a couple of cases in the memorandum that I'm not aware of. I think it would be prudent for me to research and jeopardize, and because I think I have an obligation to do that. I would ask you to allow me to have a day to provide a brief supplement. It's not to re-argue the case or the merits of the case, but if there is adverse case law, I want to recognize and acknowledge it. But not,
I'll give you that opportunity, but I will hear from Mr. Albano today since
of
he's here.
course, of course. But our position is, although they would like us to go to New York, we can subpoena in Massachusetts to the registered agent, and that entitles us to the material. So that's the way we've done it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Albano.
Thank you, Your Honor. The two cases I cited, just to be clear, they address the Uniform Act, which Your Honor dealt with last year. they don't address the specific issue the Commonwealth has raised, which is, okay, you have a registered agent, we serve the registered agent, does that trump the Uniform Act? I have to say, I did not find a case that dealt directly or even indirectly with that. But here's why I believe the service issue does not override the Uniform Act. First of all, we're dealing with a statute. Statute talks about a witness in another state. There's no dispute that ABC is a foreign corporation with a principal place of business in New York. Now, the analogous areas I thought of was, okay, let's say someone wanted to sue ABC in this court. Yes, they could serve them through their registered agent, but that wouldn't change the domicile or citizenship of ABC. If there were a diverse plaintiff and a diverse defendant, it would still be removable. It doesn't make them residents of Massachusetts, or for example, subject to taxes in Massachusetts. It's simply a way to make service a process, but the plain language of the Uniform Act and the policy underlying it is not overridden by service. The two cases that I did cite, one is the grand jury case out of Rhode, I think it started in Rhode Island, SJC case. And that just generally explains how this Uniform Act works. You go to the Superior Court here, you get an order, you travel to New York, and New York decides whether the subpoena will issue. The second case, which I think was in re contempt or something like that, was the SJC saying, by the way, the receiving court, and in that case, Massachusetts was the receiving court, we don't just rubber stamp these if there's a privilege issue in our state. And so that's what tells us that if this court issues an order under the Uniform Act, Commonwealth travels to New York, the New York court then decides, does it enforce it, or does the privilege that exists in New York, is that privilege dispositive? And that's what we say is the right answer here, that yeah, they have a point, they can make service, but it doesn't override the statutory requirements of the Uniform Act. And as to the other, I think things are pretty much under control with the other motions. WBTS, which is NBC 10, has previously published those promotion ads for the show, and they say, well, no, they've already been out, fine, we'll get you copies, and that's what I've been told by the client as well. WFXT, which unlike ABC is here, does have some raw footage. The station's position is that if Your Honor decides under the Rule 17 standard that yes, this footage is relevant enough to come within the Rule 17 scope, then WFXT will produce that information. I do expect it will already be published before, so the unpublished I do expect won't be unpublished anymore, so they'll probably be in a position where they're simply turning over published information, not unpublished information. But I do think that, so I think WBTS and WFXT are effectively resolved.
Okay. Do you want to respond, Mr. Ryan? Thank you, Mr. Albino.
I'd just like to give one example that I'm sure you've thought of, and we see it often in tort law. If U-Haul is a foreign company, I don't know where it's located, but if the principal place of business is in Texas, and there's an accident here in Massachusetts, and I'm requesting as part of my litigation corporate materials, I do not have to follow the Uniform Act to go to Texas or litigate in Texas under Texas law. Because the company operates also in Massachusetts, as does ABC. I can sue in Massachusetts, and that company, this registered agent, is obligated to get those materials for me. Otherwise, a company could simply hide in whatever state is most beneficial to them, make it impossible to litigate or obtain materials, and there would be subterfuge throughout the entire process. We have jurisdiction here because they operate here, because they have a registered agent here. It does not matter where their corporate or their headquarters is. Thank you.
All right, any follow-up, Mr. Albano? Sure.
My first point is that we're dealing with a statute here, and the statute says this is how it works when you have an out-of-state witness in a criminal case. So that's different than civil discovery. The second thing I'd say is ABC has a registered agent here, but WCVB is owned and operated by Hearst Corporation. Hearst Corporation is totally separate from ABC. That's why neither of them could produce the documents in this case. So I just want to be clear that the presence of an ABC affiliate here, owned by an entirely separate company, Hearst, does not mean that ABC is here in Massachusetts. They're a foreign company that has an agent for service process. They don't have offices and the like here in Massachusetts. Are they doing business here in the sense of transmitting ABC News programs through affiliates? I don't argue that. What I'm arguing is there's not the service, the fact that they're subject to service does not override the requirements of the statute.
Is there a distinction between obtaining records and obtaining a person's presence to testify?
The SJC has said in the grand jury case, the first case I cited, that the same procedures apply for documents as for witnesses.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So those are all the Rule 17 motions we have. Am I missing anything? Those are all the Rule 17 motions. Right? All right, so we have some housekeeping matters that I just wanted to check on. I still have the motion to continue under advisement. I need to see how we progress for a bit. The Commonwealth's notice regarding the testing of the telematics system, where do we stand with that, Mr. Brennan? I know you had said you told them that, Thanksgiving rather than Christmas to highlight big holidays, but where are we?
I did, and if I could have had it done quicker, I would have got somebody else. I have spoken to my expert numerous times. He has coordinated with the defense expert. They are heading to Texas on December 2nd.
Okay.
On December 2nd, they're going to test all of the chips, and there's an SD card that we expect has information on it. And then they're both scheduled to travel back to Massachusetts for December 5th.
Okay.
And they're going to do what's called the chip on, where they take the chips, the SD card, they reapply it to the boards, they put it back in the modules, and they put it in the actual car because there's different software which will give it even a more fulsome reading. And so after the December 5th event is done, I've asked my expert if I could have all results within a week. I have an uncertain response, promise to do his best, which really doesn't give a lot of meaning, but my hope is within 7 to 10 days.
Okay, thank you. And I don't know, Ms. Little or Mr. Jackson, if you have the answer to this, the transcripts of the sidebar conferences. Ms. Little, do you have any scheduling idea on when those will be available?
Yes, Your Honor, I do believe that Mr. Jackson had spoken with the court reporter and emailed the clerk's office with an update. It's going to be a little bit longer than initially expected. One of the reporters had sort of like a family emergency and needed some additional time. And so I believe, and I'll have Mr. Jackson correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she needed until about 6 weeks to get the sidebar conference.
6 weeks from the November 13th date?
6 weeks from about a week after the November 13th date. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Jackson, did you want to speak?
Your
Honor, Ms. Little addressed before specific questions about the transcripts, and that's as accurate a bit of information as I have, so I'll submit on that.
All right, thank you. All right, that is it for today. The Commonwealth is going to file a response to the discovery of communications in possession, custody, and control of the Commonwealth by 11/27, right?
Yes. Your Honor, I provided the defense this morning with a response to their motion. We'll file it with the court. It is a request that they made that is very labor and time consuming, but a very important task that I've been involved with. I expended many, many hours, and I need many more. We do have, or I have produced, or I have a production that I'd like to produce to the defense. I've shown them a protective order this morning to see if they were agreeable. I do not want to speak for them. If there is a protective order, I can turn over the first production that I produced, and there is more to come.
All right, any objection to the protective order? I have not seen this document, obviously, nor the proposed order.
Right, there are a couple of issues related to this motion in addition to the protective order that I'd like to address with the court that I've briefly discussed with Mr. Brennan.
All right, I haven't read this yet, so I won't know what you're talking about, Mr. Ned.
So I believe you have read our motion, right? The motion that
I read your motion, I haven't.
Right, so it's just in relation to the motion, Judge.
All right.
So, Your Honor, generally speaking, we do not have an objection to a protective order as long as it is issued without prejudice, which I believe Mr. Brennan is in agreement with.
All right, is there one here? Was there a proposed protective order?
I have it right here, Your Honor.
Thank
Mr. Brennan provided this to us this morning.
Yeah.
So I have not reviewed that, Your Honor, but I'm asking that the contents be allowed to be shared with the entire defense team, including our attorneys, our interns, and our client. I don't believe Mr. Brennan has an objection to that, but that would be our request with regard to the protective order, with the understanding that we could come back before the court and revisit that if we deem it appropriate.
Is there any objection to the sharing with?
There's no objection to the parties they would like to share it with, and I understand it's without prejudice.
Okay.
Yes, and with regard to the motion itself, Your Honor, I had come prepared with an argument for the allowance of the motion. Given Mr. Brennan's, the work that he's done in terms of trying to gather this material and get it to us along with the protective order, I assume that there's no general objection to the motion, so I don't need to be heard in that regard, assuming the court would allow the motion. But I would raise an issue for the court, actually two issues. One is that we were informed this morning that Mr. Brennan has gone through Mr. Morrissey's cell phone. Apparently there is one work cell phone and one personal cell phone. Obviously the personal cell phone becomes relevant because he used the personal email address to make an ex parte communication with the court. One concern that we have is that we were told this morning that with regard to Mr. Morrissey's text messages, not emails, but text messages, apparently they're somehow remarkably set to auto-delete after 30 days. That obviously raises some questions for us, maybe the subject of a future motion, but more immediately, the concern is every day that passes, we're losing text messages from 30 days prior. So, through today, I believe.
Have they been preserved, Mr. Brennan?
I've been preserving them since I started the task last week. I'll continue to preserve them.
All right, so that.
Yes, that deals with that issue. So the only remaining issue, Your Honor, is with regard to the searches that Mr. Brennan ordered conducted or conducted himself. He had searched for all emails sent from Michael Morrissey's iCloud personal email to any emails that had a JUD in the suffix of the email address.
Okay. The significance of that is?
The significance is that would supposedly capture any ex parte communications with members of the judiciary or the clerk's office, and I appreciate that effort. However, we think we assert that it's insufficient We believe that searches should be done of his iCloud email for the name Reed, spelled R-E-A-D correctly, or Reed R-E-E-D, which is how Mr. Morrissey typed it in his ex parte communication with the court. We don't know if he did that for the purpose of avoiding a FOIA request or if he just misspelled my client's name. But we believe there should be a search for both of those spellings. And in addition, we also believe there should be a search of his email address, the personal email address, for the names of the relevant witnesses, and we can give the court a list, for the names of all judges who have sat on this case, in terms of, is there an attempt to communicate with a judge on some type of personal email account, like he used a personal email account. And then also we believe there should be a search for any clerk's office employees for the same reason, both at Stoughton District Court where this case originated and this court as well. We have obviously reason not to trust Mr. Morrissey in light of his actions using this personal email account to make an ex parte communication. And we'd ask that a more thorough search be done for these types of communications.
All right, so why don't you continue to talk with Mr. Brennan and we can have a hearing on this motion if there's anything that you still need on December 12th when we're back here for the Daubert hearing.
That's fair enough. Thank you.
Does that make sense, Mr. Brennan?
It does. I've taken extensive steps to do this myself to accommodate the defense in the most broadest fashion. And I'll continue to do that if they want to discuss how I can accommodate them. I'll do my best.
Okay. All right. So we will see everyone December 12th. So when do you expect to get me any written material you want me to have prior to the Daubert hearing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your Honor, we drafted a planning and hearing motion. I need to review it. I'd like to get it to you by the end of the week.
That's great. I expect to be here at the end of the week, so that's great.
Thank you.
And your response by next week, Ms. Giannetti? Ms. Little?
Yes, if we could have it at least a week, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll give you 10 days,
Thank you.
as long as that gets me before the 12th.
No problem.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, if I can get it, as soon as you can get it. All right. Anything else? Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
May I inquire if the protective order is going to be signed by the defense?
Are you going to sign the protective order, Ms. Giannetti?
I expect I will, without prejudice.
I have the materials. I'll just wait.
Okay. All right, so if you sign it, then I'll endorse it, Ms. Giannetti. You had it, right? Ms. Little gave it to us just now?
I believe we just gave our copy to the court.
Yes.
All right, so this is the one that needs to be signed and I'll endorse it. Do you want to take a look at it?
Yes. All set.
Mr. Brennan, I know you have an electronic signature. I'd like you to sign this as well since you're here.
Yes, Your Honor.
You sign that and I will endorse it. Okay, anything else?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate counsel and the third-party record holders coming in today.
12/12, 9 a.m. All rise for the court, please.
You are muted.
Here come the O'Keefe's. Well, that was interesting. So it looks like they're going to impound the sidebar stuff within both attorneys' camps, so to speak.
Can you hear me, bud?
Yeah, I got you, Tom.
All right, cool. Oh, see you guys.
Here they come, Tommy. I really didn't understand the Gretchen Boss stuff or the
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit.
yeah. December 12th at 9 o'clock. Yeah, it was
December
space
12th.
between Paul. Yeah, 9 a.m. December 12th.
How are you? How was it? How are you? How?
I almost fell asleep a few
Isn't it
times,
hot
I'm
in
not
here?
gonna lie.
Yeah. How's the seats? Yeah, my
Hard
rear
on
end
my
still
butt.
hurts. Yeah.
Hard on
Yeah.
my butt.
You gotta
Real
bring a pillow.
hard.
You gotta bring a pillow.
I know. Well, I wasn't expecting to go in. I didn't know. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, let me try to hop in line.
There you
So,
go.
you know,
Nice.
it was so good to see you.
Yes, you too. Have a good Thanksgiving, okay?
Thank you. You
And we'll
too.
see you here the 12th, right?
I will be
December
here.
8th. Start driving.
I know. Exactly.
All right. Bye, dear. No problem.
Do you want to make Tommy's screen bigger?
Didn't know it was gonna rain.
Do you want to make Tom's screen bigger? No.
Train wreck of a fucking person, man. Look at that. Fucking wow. Train wreck.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Welcome to Boston.
Oh man, y'all are brutal.
Yep.
Hey, you traitor.
I don't know why you dressed up for Halloween. Oh shit, son.
Good to see you, man.
Excuse me. Oops, sorry. What are the odds they say something today, Mike?
Oh, the
You guys,
Leafs?
any questions? You guys got questions? I need to know.
It was more or less the
Really?
Gretchen Voss and all the airings of the 2020 interviews and like who's going to represent them or it was crazy. But it seems like they're going to have the impounded stuff.
Take care.
What nice guy. Always comes out. Like,
Tom
always
screen bigger?
open, always just
Anybody?
friendly, just.
Shelby?
Yep. Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yep.
Yeah, I was talking to Bill a lot in there.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not in their DNA to do anything remotely like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not. They're not wired that way. They're nice
No.
people.
No, that,
You know.
I mean, but it's ironic because they are wired to fight back.
Well, in this way, not the physical way. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
He's a force to be reckoned with. That Bill Reed.
So, what do you think of the new attorneys and stuff? Think it's setting up nice?
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I'm really curious to see what Bev's gonna rule on. Like,
what if she's on the
let him
list?
Go through Bill Reed's phone,
What about Morrissey's list?
or is
What
she
if she's
gonna,
on that?
Is she gonna let him go through Morrissey's, phone and computer or whatever, his email account. So it's going to be interesting to see what she rules on.
2 weeks to think about when she was in the trial.
Me too.
I know that
I feel like there's some interesting stuff.
Oh man. No, it's on. I got both of them on. Numbers just keep jumping in. 1,000 people. Yeah. Like that.
My buddy Mike doing all right?
Yeah, Mike's doing good. No, he's doing good. Yeah. He's straightening out his golf shot, so he's all right. You know, it's always a good thing.
Bring on the hip before you know it.
Yeah.
I literally rolled out of bed.
I know. Hey, Shelby, someone make Tom's camera full screen. Thank you.
This guy ain't he ain't chasing anybody, this guy.
Good lunch, Dad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's Gretchen Voss. That explains her story. She took the mushrooms first.
Mushroom! I can't with you all. Pick an umbrella, though.
Huh?
Pick an umbrella.
I know, I gotta drop it. I'm just trying to keep this up and getting all soaked.
I still haven't met Rick. I'm so mad at him. He just being like, I always wanted to be there.
I want to thank everyone that's here, by the way. If you all got a second, please take a second, go over and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to be a member, we appreciate every member. Got a members only coming up. So you guys are dynamite, and I appreciate everyone that's here. You all are so helpful for the Karen Reed movement, whether or not you believe it or not. You really are. And Venmo and Cash App and like the donations, very much appreciated. We're paying for the detail at Star Drive-In, and I think we're gonna have maybe a little bit left over, so we're gonna buy some blow-ups, and then after Star Drive-In, we're gonna raffle off all the blow-ups on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and just fire sale them, and then donate that money to Karen too. So hoping to make a lot of money here for Karen. You know, we have a Christmas tree. We're gonna bring to the Star Drive-In, and we're actually gonna make a real money tree for her. So bring money, ones, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds. Put it right on the tree for her, and then we're gonna take the whole tree and put it in a bag and give it to her. But we're gonna decorate it and clip the money to the tree. Maybe somebody knows. Do anybody knows like origami stuff and make like birds and cranes and stuff like that? They can design the money and hang it in the tree. You know. But we already got some roses. We got for for Mrs. Reed and for Karen. You got to buy a rose, and you put it in either one of their vase. And if you want to put a message on that rose, a specific, detailed, personal message to Mrs. Reed or to Karen, it's just a couple more dollars more, and you just add to it. And yeah, I mean, this is, don't get me wrong, this is a fundraiser. This is for Karen to raise money. Please, you know, this is this is straight up it's all for her. So yeah. Good to see you, bud.
I like living
Yeah, the mods. I am blessed to have the mods I have. They are the best. Yeah, I can't say enough about them.
So how long have you had that umbrella?
Oh God, I don't even. You know what? I don't even think it's mine. It's somebody's from a standout.
Like, it's amazing.
They're everywhere.
They don't make them like that anymore.
I don't know. But I know Mrs. Reed didn't bring an umbrella with her, so I was gonna give it to her, and then whatever, you know.
I didn't even realize it was going to rain today.
Well,
it was all beautiful when I left.
Hello, how are you? All right. There's Hank. Yeah, I can. Just trying to hold off as long as I could, you know?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But listen, when Mrs. Reed comes out, I'm going to give it to her, so I'll bet her off at that point. Yeah. No.
I don't. Those things. But I prefer to not. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I share the donations. Yeah. I never admired.
I'm just trying to keep my stuff dry, guys, so that it's workable when they get out.
Listening to Brendan is excruciating. No problem. Because what he's doing is.
Sorry, guys, but this is what you're going to have to see until it stops raining out.
and what he's trying to do. But like you can see what he's trying to do to build his case is incredibly devastating. He's telling you that he knows she did it by what he tried. Look, like he wants to. Yeah, it's insane. Sarah! Oh, yeah. Most news, man. I got it. Yeah. Where turn around? Sorry.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit, guys. Sorry. But there's this many people in line in the rain. Die-hard supporters of Karen Reed.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Mike. Can you hear me?
Hey, is that Eve?
Yep. Yeah.
It is.
Hi, dear. How are you?
Good.
Happy Thanksgiving, Eve.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I am flabbergasted at that hearing.
I don't know when, but
It's Aunt Bev, really? I mean, what's shocking?
And like already like when I got there, and he was like with a glass of wine, he was like, hey, like that, like I got straight. Like all politics, all bullshit aside, all that. The new super chat. Dude, I lost it, dude.
Dude, people sending dollars just to see it play.
Like a maniac.
Oh, it's classic. Will.
Oh,
Sorry, no problem.
She didn't get into the family room.
Okay.
Ready? Defendant or take two parents?
Yeah. She's doing that.
Hope that view is better for you guys.
You're a master. We're sorry.
Oh, no, it's raining. That's terrible.
Eve, can you hear me?
I met.
Yeah, it's kind of not a good day here.
She's a.
Yep, got you, Mike.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna check out. You got this?
Just sits there. Like lives on a couch.
Yep.
I heard you, Mike.
You got me? All right. Tommy's
You're
gonna
good.
let Eve come on or something, okay?
Hold on. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later, guy.
Guys, just clear this area. The steps up. Get out. Now clear the steps, all right? Just take this area clear.
You're taking the ramp.
Hey, where'd you go?
Yeah, and I was like, you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like I said, just hold up, all right?
Yeah, it's not, I'm just gonna go over here. It's all right.
Whoa.
Gotta get the escort.
I figured that's what that was.
Wow. 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 I'm allowed to record, guys. I'm really allowed to record, I promise you.
Relax, Tom.
I'm not doing anything.
Relax. God bless. God bless. God bless.
Check that out, guys. That's our money, our tax dollars right there. Fucking disgrace. Absolute disgrace.
Did you happen to
Take
get
the
his
uniform
name?
off, buddy. It's a disgrace. Unbelievable. He was stepping in front of me, trying to block my view. On purpose. It's my God-given right to record. Freak, man.
Keep going the other way.
I love the support.
Man, I need a Dramamine after listening to Hank Brennan.
Yeah, he's bad, huh? We thought
I
Lally
don't
was
think I
good,
could
huh?
take this for another
Yeah,
6 months.
that's what we got to look forward to, you know?
Hello?
Just there by her side.
Is Shelby on the phone?
It was my phone.
Shelby, I hear your phone call. That just kind of makes me upset that the freaking trooper acted like that.
I was expecting it out, honestly.
Oh, I was swimming right there.
Love to see it.
Kristen.
Mr. and Mrs. Reed, do you have anything you want to say about the motion to get your cell phone records?
No, I don't want to. I only tell the truth, and I'm anxious too. And by the way, my name is spelled. Read a book. READ. There you go.
Love you guys.
Come on, Morrissey, learn to spell.
Yeah, you know what that was about, right? Right, Eve?
Uh-huh. REED.
Yeah.
And I love that Yannetti was like, and go ahead and let's search for both READ and REED, because we know y'all are shady.
Yep. I love how he handled that. Not that we don't trust you, but we don't trust you.
That's how I FOIA. You have to, because people like that, like Morrissey, will do that on purpose.
I don't think people are seeing how much of a big deal that email thing is. That's huge.
And Bev seemed a little bit peeved. Maybe I'm just biased.
I think Rachel Rollins got popped on that too, because she had a fake email, and that got her on fire.
Also, Yannetti said every sitting court judge on this case, which includes Beverly.
Yeah, huh? Imagine that. What if she's on that list, Steve?
Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait. And I wonder her being placed on the case as like the special judge or whatever from her boss.
Yes.
Chief Justice has something to do with that. Maybe they saw
Oh,
that
okay.
coming.
All right, here they come.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing that ABC, NBC, Boston Magazine, and Fox all sat on alleged confessions and never publicized it? That's malfeasance on all your parts if that were actually true. That's a fishing expedition. They don't exist.
And are you
You've been consistent in your story.
guys,
Good for you, Karen. You tell them.
Quick question. The judge not making a decision on the trial date, how's that impacting how you guys are prepping?
Well, we're just considering the March without preparation. We're going to be able to handle whatever comes our way, but we really hope that she'll entertain the request. I think both sides realize it's in the interest of justice, so we're hopeful.
Is there any chance she meets you halfway and it's not April, but it's, I don't know.
Always a possibility. That's what happened last time. It's right. Just the thoughts about how all these sorts of things go. I really don't have any thoughts. Nothing went, that
Good job, Liza.
I didn't expect.
Good.
Just working through the issues. There's nothing, no bombshells today. What's this? Next, we have an evidentiary hearing on December 12th. There should be witness testimony at that point, probably more lengthy than today, I would imagine. How soon do you see the trial? Well, we have a trial date right now in late January. We're hoping that it's pushed off, but we shall see. Mr. Yannetti, what do you think they're fishing for in this fishing expedition? That's a question that's better directed at the Commonwealth. We believe they didn't make the appropriate showing and that the motion should be denied, but it's in the hands of the judge now. Thank you, guys. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Nice.
She put it right back in the media.
Oh man,
hands.
talk about in
I
your
loved
face,
it.
Eve, huh?
She was
Yeah,
like,
take
how
care,
about
buddy. Have a good
you?
Thanksgiving.
How about the media come and tell the truth for once? Show me where I confessed.
Yeah, but look at all the people giving hugs. Look at this. Look at this. Nice seeing you.
Say cheese.
Oh, wait, I want to get in. Hold on.
I'll say this. All right. Bye, sweetheart. I will see you soon. Have a good Thanksgiving.
By your car.
Yeah.
Busted myself.
Oh no.
Oh.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you later. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, you, bud.
See you soon, all
I'll
right?
see you. You be good. Good seeing you again. Be good, Brian.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, hi, I'm the glare. Let me take a selfie.
All right.
All right.
Peace out, bud.
All right,
Good
Tom.
seeing you. Thanks for
Yes.
coming by. You're
Always.
more than welcome anytime you want to come. Anytime. We got you. I'll talk to you. Yeah. Will.
Yeah.
Dennis. Neil. Sure.
Dennis.
No dancing.
I'll just do a little kick.
Go right ahead.
Brian.
Come on. This looks like the original.
Wow, Matt.
Thank you, Allison. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
God,
everybody.
careful driving home. I'll catch up with you, bud.
All right, Tom.
Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Raining out. And man, did Karen come out swinging. Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I gotta play that back.
That's got to be clipped. Oh, my God, Eve. You did hear that, right?
Oh yeah, in real time.
That is absolute. She's running the money. That's absolute misfeasance on their part. If they have a confession and they never did it, like they never aired it.
Right, and it's their turn to speak the truth. If they've been sitting on this gold mine this whole time, and Hank Brennan has to pull it out of them, there's something wrong with you, media. So she just put it right in their face.
Oh, hardcore too,
Beautiful
man.
move.
Oh, I
Absolutely
love, man.
perfect.
We're witnessing this, man. Real time. This is history, Eve. We're witnessing her.
It is.
Drop the hammer. Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wow.
And she was pissed, as she should be.
Yo, she's got a reason, all right. Wow. She came right to the mics, man. You see that?
Yep.
She came right to the microphones.
I wonder what they're going to say when they air this later.
Oh.
Are they going to air it at all? Is
Well,
my question.
again, you guys witnessed and saw the whole thing. Watch what they clip it up to. Watch.
They're either not going to and ignore it because
Right.
it would make them look bad, or they'll double down and make her look worse.
Oh.
Either way, it's over. It's a wrap. Karen nailed them. So.
That's just, oh my. She's right on the money, too. Wow. Wow. So.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off. Thank you
Eve,
for letting
thank
me
you.
up here.
Yeah. Don't
Happy
be a
Thanksgiving,
stranger.
everybody.
Don't be a stranger, sweetheart. You're more than welcome anytime we're on, my dear. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. And also, if you guys want to, have the content creator mods get together, I would be more than happy to come up and help with that.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, we'll talk about that. We'll go talk about that, Eve. How's that?
Sounds good.
All right,
guys.
sweetheart.
Happy Thanksgiving. Be good. Be safe.
Thank you for everything, Eve. Guys, that is just like, oh my. Can't undo it. My hands aren't working.
Hey, Tommy, you're muted.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Wow. Wow. That was something, huh? Shelby, we got that on film, right?
Oh yeah, nice and big screen too.
Oh, beautiful. Good job. Good job. All righty. Well, I'm going to cut this short so I can focus on driving in the rain. You guys are all awesome people. Thank you all for being here. You're heroes. Thank you, thank you, thank you all so much. And yeah, we got more coming up. You know that, obviously. Big shout out to the people that are out in the rain. Dennis, Allison, her boyfriend, husband. It's just a lot of great people out there today, standing out for Karen Reed, and it's really really awesome to see. So big shout out to all the people that were here today. They earned it today. So if people are thinking there's a lull in Karen Reed support, you got to think again, because you got some serious people out here. Seriously, not caring about the weather, caring about justice for Karen, and that's the truth. That is the absolute God's honest truth. So, wow, I am so impressed. I don't even know what to say. I really am. But you all witnessed it. You all were here. You know, and I love all you guys. So, on the way out, if you hit the like button, the subscribe, it'd be great. I mean, if you want to be a member, that's even better. Just, yeah. I do appreciate everything. And do not forget, please, December 8th, Star Drive-In. There is a fundraiser for Miss Karen Reed. I know that she knows about it. I'm not saying whether or not she's coming, because I don't know. But this is a fundraiser for Miss Karen Reed, and if you want to support her, come to the Star Drive-In, have some food, see Santa, hang out with maybe the elves will be around. You never know. So, but either way, all you guys, I do appreciate it all. And again, thank you all for being a member, subscribing, watching. I don't know how else to say thank you other than thank you. So we will definitely be in touch, and I love you all. So see you soon.